This is the Nathan Ivey Show. Get ready to be engaged. Get ready to be informed. Get ready to be enraged by the man City Beat magazine called a talk radio rebel. And your host, now back to the show.
Choppers, let's do it. A beautiful Monday in the Queen City. Today is April 17th, 2017. My name is Nathan Ivey. This is the Nathan Ivey Show. Pot that down, DJ. Good morning to you. It's the Monday after the Easter holiday. Did you have a good Easter weekend? Do you celebrate Easter? It's all good with me. 513-873-7134. And in fact, many people may have the day off. Do you have the day off? That means you got a good job. Got the day after Easter off? Maybe you have Friday off as well, or the option to be off on Friday. Good morning. How was your weekend? 513-873-7134. Let's get straight into it. The Facebook homicide suspect is from Ohio. Have you been following this story? Man from Ohio, black man from Ohio, as a matter of fact. As I told you, we are living in the last days of common sense. There used to be a time when you could within a reasonable degrees of error, could stereotype the various crimes and who perpetrate these crimes when you heard about them on the radio or you heard about them just a little bit on the television. These days, who knows? The manhunt widens for a Cleveland murder suspect. Do you have any family from Cleveland? My in-laws are from Cleveland, so I pay attention to what's going on up in Cleveland. Plus, LeBron James, Cleveland. Steve Stevens, 37, is suspected of killing 74-year-old Robert Goodwin on Sunday in a residential area. I got an audio clip of Mr. Robert Goodwin's son and family. And as you can understand, they are terribly upset. As I get it, this man was just chosen randomly, it appears at this point. And within the last 24 hours, authorities are saying that perhaps his cell phone, they received something called a ping, which I understand is just like a signal from his particular cell phone. What's going on with our people? My peoples? And police say he may be out of the state. And residents in Pennsylvania, New York, Indiana, and Michigan are told to be vigilant. And his cell phone was detected about 100 miles east of Cleveland in Erie, Pennsylvania. Stevens is a male black, 6'1", weighs 244 pounds. He was driving a Ford Fusion with temporary license plates. Now, I've got listeners all over the country, but we are centralized in the city of Cincinnati, state of Ohio. I don't think it's a stretch to believe that this man could come back through Ohio. I don't think that's a stretch. The investigation and search for Stevens began on Sunday after several people from outside the Cleveland area reported an alarming Facebook post. Stevens had uploaded a video to his Facebook page showing a gun pointed at an unidentified man's head. The gun fires, or the gun is fired. The man recoils and falls to the ground. Now, this is why I've been urging members of my audience and letting you know that as long as you are within legal limits, you have the right to, in many cases, in some states, should I say, if you have the proper licenses, to conceal a weapon. You have the right to protect yourself and your family. I urge you to do so. I really urge you to do so. Within all legal channels and avenues. If you have a disability, I can't condone it. You know, you got to do what you got to do. But for folks who don't have those issues and there are no legal hurdles in front of you or something that may prevent you, and you're thinking about it, you have every right to pursue those thoughts. You have every right to pursue those thoughts into action. You have every right to do so. Because look at the world we're living in. Black man rolls up to an elderly man, a man that's old enough to be his father, old enough to be his grandfather, most certainly an elder in the community, no doubt. 74 years old, Mr. Robert Goodwin. And kills this man on Facebook, y'all. Shoots and kills this man and video records it and then uploads the video to Facebook. The video was posted around 2 p.m. yesterday. What were you doing at about 2 p.m. yesterday? Were you getting ready for the game? Getting ready for that Cavs game? Yes, you were. That's what I was doing. And that is terrible, terrible. I've got an audio clip for you. You got to check this out.
We were laughing. I mean, he's a good guy. Keep the shirt off his back. I mean, and I'm not just saying that for these cameras, like people do, knowing that people really ain't right. But I'm telling the truth. This man right here was a good man, and I just hate. I hate he's gone. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's not real.
I feel like my heart is gonna stop.
You'll be all right.
It feel like it's gonna stop.
You're gonna be all right.
It feel like it's gonna stop.
That's his wife.
She got lupus.
That was his son. Oh my God! I mean, I can feel the emotions welling up inside of me right now. I feel their pain. I feel it. Oh, it's so real. It's so real. That pain is so real. Tracy says Facebook Live should be disabled. Well, he shot the video. He took the video, then he uploaded to Facebook. I don't believe it was live. But again, there will be people. We have to have these conversations about privacy and access to social media accounts. Should Facebook Live be disabled? Would that prevent these kind of incidents from happening? Let's get into it. Let's chop it up. That is terrible. And so this is his son. I think he's a junior, by the way. He's a junior. He's talking about his father. In the background, either that's a sister or a woman that's associated with Junior. And she's just distraught. You can see the rivers, the pain in their faces. And then this appears to be an older woman. And I'm not making any assumptions, but perhaps she is the deceased wife. Maybe Mr. Junior's mother. I don't know if they were together or not. Just terrible. Absolutely terrible. And you could hear her saying, I feel like my heart is going to stop. And if you haven't seen the video, I'll post a link for you. She's got her right head, or she's got the right side of her head on her, maybe her son's or this man who's speaking's shoulder. And she's about to shut down. You know, she's about to shut down emotionally, as anybody would in a situation like that. What a terrible crime. What a terrible situation. And I don't know if this is mental illness. Is this some grisly initiation? Is this, what the hell is going on with Steve Stevens? But again, keep your heads up, keep your wits about your choppers, because Mr. Steve Stevens is out there. And this all started in Cleveland and Pennsylvania, New York, Indiana, Michigan. He could loop back to Ohio. He could be in Cincinnati for all we know, trying to outwit the cops. Keep your eyes open. Because, again, at this point, he's just a suspect. But any man that was so callously in such a public manner. So he shot this man and was like, yeah, I did it. And why are you running? I mean, Mr. Steve Stevens, you wanted the world to see. We saw. Why are you running? Come take this punishment, yo. Come take this punishment. It's punishment time. Just terrible situation there. But keep your heads, keep your wits up, keep your eyes open, keep your head up, choppers. Anything could happen. And apparently he's on the run. And Mr. Stevens, via his Facebook video, claimed that he had committed multiple homicides. Is in fact this true? Why is it so damn easy to kill someone and get away with it? And Stevens' mother, a woman by the name of Maggie Green, told CNN that her son, who is the oldest of her 3 children, came to her house on Saturday afternoon. And he said that this is the last time that I was going to see him. Apparently, he told his mother, if you see me again, it will be, quote, a miracle. So this man planned this. He told his mother, listen, it'll be a miracle if you see me again, Ma, on Saturday. On Sunday at 2 p.m. is when he allegedly killed this gentleman. Again, one of our elders, 74-year-old Robert Goodwin. So is this another case of somebody, life's too hard? Oh, life's so hard. The white man, the black man. Oh, woe is me. Or maybe it's something different. As I've told ladies, I've been saying this for years. Anyone in my audience knows this to be true. I have noticed that men these days are weaker than they've ever been in the history of men in this country. Weak ass men and Mitches, sellouts, all-time high. All-time high within the black community. I'm talking about black men. Now, I'm speaking generally. This is just an observation because there's a lot of brothers that stand outside of this observation. But there's too many weak-ass brothers out here running around. You want to kill your lady because she want to be with somebody else, or you didn't get into college, so now you want to kill your girlfriend and shoot yourself in Atlanta. I mean, come on, man. Nobody rub some sand into it. You'll be okay. Oh, wipe those tears with some damn sandpaper. You'll be okay. Oh, my girlfriend's leaving me. Oh, now you want to kill her mother and kill her father, and you're dating a woman. You want to kill 2 children that you didn't even father and all this kind of nonsense. It's too much of this. I'm calling these weak ass men out. And I'm not surprised to read this, that the suspect was mad at his girlfriend. Apparently, he's told some people after the shooting that he was mad with his girlfriend of about 3 years. What? Negro, please. You're mad at your girlfriend, so you want to kill random people? That'll make her come back to you. That'll make her come back to you. Hey, women love homicidal maniacs. They love it. I mean, nothing says love like being in fear of your life every single day. Nothing says love like being in fear of your life every single day. No wonder she didn't want to be with you. These men have it all messed up. It's like their girlfriend doesn't want to be with them, so they want to go out there and commit some kind of murder, or they want to hang themselves on Facebook because, now I'll show her how much I love her. Meanwhile, she's thinking, I'm so damn happy I left this crazy motherfucker. I'm so happy. He was mad at his girlfriend. What is the hell is wrong with black men these days? I'm telling you, it's at an all-time high. It's at an all-time high. I don't know what it is. Is it Trump? Let's blame Trump. Can't blame Bush anymore. Damn. I love to blame everything on Bush. And I'm looking at an image of this man. I don't know his history, but he didn't deserve to die like that per se. I don't know. Did he do someone dirty in the back in the day we don't know about? I don't know. His father said he was a good guy, that he would give you the shirt off of his back, and that he's not just saying it for the cameras, that he really meant it. If you're just tuning in, check this out.
We were laughing. I mean, he's a good guy.
Very retarded.
He the shirt off his back. I mean, and I'm not just saying that for these cameras, like people do, knowing that they people really ain't right, but I'm telling the truth. This man right here was a good man, and I just hate. I hate he's gone. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's not real.
I feel like my heart is gonna stop.
You'll be all right.
It feel like it's gonna stop.
You're gonna be all right.
It feel like it's gonna stop.
Lisa, she got lupus.
It feel like it's gonna.
Come on.
And the thing about it is her heart might stop. That's the sad thing about it. Her heart may stop. That is real. Telling you. And for folks out there, like all your people still alive and healthy, I'm so happy for you. I really am. Enjoy them every single day. For folks out there like me that have lost people they grew up with, parents, it's devastating. You never get over it. Ever. You weep in the dark for the rest of your life when you lose somebody close to you every day. That is just real, homie. We're talking about real emotions. So again, choppers, please keep your eyes open. I definitely want to talk about that. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. So much to discuss that happened over the weekend. And also looking forward. Here we are. What are we, 3 weeks away from the mayoral primary? And I'm looking forward to it. And of course, after the primary, I believe that city council races are really going to start to kick into gear, especially as you get closer and closer. And then throughout the summer, I must discuss. But there's many things I want to share with you this morning. 513-873-7134.
Get to the chopper!
He's a very angry man.
Go!
Listen to his voice.
Get to the chopper!
I don't want to go to the choppers. I want to go to the RV.
Go! Get to the chopper!
I'll take his word for it. Let's back up here. Let's say good morning to the choppers. I appreciate you for your early rise every single morning with me. Oh, I got a great success story. Maybe, a little bit of success story for one of our advertisers. I'll give you a heads up on that when we come back. Yeah, I'm looking forward to sharing. I got the message quite honestly this morning. They sent it to me yesterday. But I unplugged for a few hours. I deserve that. Yeah, the success story. Kudos to the choppers. This is the Nathan Ivey Show. We'll be right back.
Urban Report. I'm Donna Wilson. Dr. William Picard is extremely accomplished. He's the chairman of Global Automotive Alliance, co-managing partner of MGM Grand Detroit Casino, CEO of Bearwood Management, and is co-owner of 5 Black-owned newspapers. Dr. Picard has 45 years of entrepreneurial success, and today he's creating a new generation of business owners with his book, Millionaire Moves, 7 Proven Principles of Entrepreneurship. Those principles are
vision, attitude, skill set, opportunities, finance, relationship, failure, and faith.
Dr. Picard says the principles he shares in the book can help those who strive to achieve the next level of success. The book, Millionaire Moves, is published by Real Times Media.
Guys don't really talk about antiperspirant. Despite that, 91% of Dove Men Plus Care users recommend it. Here's what they said.
It blocks the, perspiration, I think is the fancy word.
It's comfortable. It smells nice. My girl likes the smell.
Well, it's hard. I think it's quite masculine. My underarms aren't the worst thing at the gym. It's kind of like the Hoover Dam from my armpits, I guess.
Dove Men Plus Care antiperspirant. Tough on sweat, not on skin.
You know what scares most people? Spiders, heights, public speaking. You know what scares me? Unused inventory. I find the prospect terrifying. Got goosebumps just thinking about it. That's why we use Grainger. Grainger's inventory management solutions make sure our facility has exactly what we need when we need it. No overstock, no understock, no goosebumps. When it comes to inventory management, Grainger's got your back. Call clickgrainger.com or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
That's your Bloomberg Urban Report. I'm Donna Wilson.
The average citizen can't take off work to attend a Cincinnati City Council meeting at 2 p.m. Actually, the average citizen has never even spoken with a Cincinnati City Council member. I'm going to change that. My name is Tamaya Denard, and I'm running for Cincinnati City Council to make your government more accessible to you. We should change City Council meetings to 6 p.m. so they're easier to attend. We should have a City Council meeting in all 52 neighborhoods. And we should explore changing our charter to stagger our elections. That way, you hear from council members more than once every 4 years. Government was designed to best serve its people. It's time we made City Hall more accessible to regular folks like you and me, and not just campaign donors. To find out more, visit TamayaDenard.com. When elected, I'm going to fight for you.
The Nathan Ivey Show.
We asked kids what.
The Nathan Ivey Show is supported by listeners. Go to www.patreon.com/Nathan Ivey Show and help Nathan keep the show independent. You're listening to The Nathan Ivey Show. One man, one microphone, one mission. Now let's get back to the flow.
Good morning, shoppers. Welcome back. 513-873-7134. This is The Nathan Ivey Show. You found us, and we saved your spot. Come on in. 513-873-7134. How was your weekend? NBA playoffs, Reds, maybe religious observations of family time? I hope you enjoyed all of it. This is the Nathan Ivey Show, NathanIvey.com, and I found a new spot called Park Place Restaurant. It's located at 1185 Kemper Meadow Drive off Winton Road. Stop by and check out the lunch specials from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. with the Healthy Choice menu. Are you looking for a cool spot to watch the game? As I said, in NBA playoffs, Reds looking like they're getting off to a really good start. Well, then check out Park Place. If you're looking for a place to wind down, check out Park Place. If you're looking for a place to host your meeting or events, check out Park Place. Park Place Restaurant is the place with a good Healthy Choice menu, live entertainment, and great prices. Come out on Wednesdays for half-price wine and speak your mind with spoken word on Thursdays. Park Place Restaurant has a live band every Friday with no cover charge, just food and drink specials. Park Place Restaurant is located at 1185 Kemper Meadow Drive in Forest Park, right behind Shell gas station, or call ahead and reserve your table at 513-825-8888. Again, call ahead to reserve your table at 513-825-8888. Park Place Restaurant, the place to eat. And Google it, choppers. And as I said, I want to share. I've been sharing with you a happy hour networking opportunity coming up next weekend, or this weekend, as a matter of fact, on the 22nd. And I got a message saying, "Hey, Nate, let's hold back for a second because they've gotten such a huge response that it looks like they're looking for a bigger venue." So, on some levels, listen, I'll take some credit for that on some small level, and for the choppers as well. We grow every single day. Our last couple of weeks have been great for the Nathan Ivey Show. And we grow every single day. Again, I'll say it again. If you want to support me, there's several ways to do so. But at the top of that list is support our advertisers and our sponsors. Let them know that you are listening on the Nathan Ivey Show. I spoke with Tamaya Denard. She's running for city council. She told me straight up that she's been out at events, and choppers, people have come up to her and said, "Hey, I heard you on Nathan Ivey Show. I appreciate you." Thank you so much for that. That means everything with a project such as this. So again, check out Park Place. Looking for a new spot? You want to wind down? You want to watch the game? Maybe you want to take your staff out. You got a staff outing. Maybe you got an organization, a nonprofit. You're just looking to get folks together. They got a great spot out at Park Place Restaurant. As a matter of fact, they've got a separate spot, and it's kind of. And you can actually shut the door. It's got a monitor in there. If you want to put something on the screen. So again, give them a call, 513-825-8888. And tell them you heard about it on the Nathan Ivey Show. We're online now. Here's my number. I gave you so many numbers in the last couple seconds. But here's my number if you ain't amplified your thoughts this morning. 513-873-7134. Okay? Let me go back to the choppers, though. That's where we got to go. See, Sluggo was first inside the chop shop.
Get to the chopper!
Got to do it officially. What up, Sluggo? He writes, good morning, Nate. Good morning, choppers. Followed by Kiki. She writes, great risings, Mr. Ivy and the choppers. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 lips. Sounds like a great way to kick off a Monday to me. Would you like to hear the wise words of the grape god? I know I've been teasing it for a while now. We've yet to hear from the grape god. I've got him locked and loaded on standby. We may hear from his motivational teachings this morning. Good morning to you, Kiki. Hope you had a great weekend. Same to you, Sluggo. And same to you, Chuck. Chuck writes, good morning, Nate in the Chop Shop. And that's your top 3 in the Chop Shop for today, Monday, April 17th, 2017. Sluggo, X-Squad affiliate salute. Kiki and Chuck Dace. Followed by Tracy. How you doing, Tracy? Good morning to you. She writes hi. And Reggie writes, good morning, choppers. Kush writes, good morning, choppers. Charles writes, good morning, everyone. What's up, Charles? What's up, Kush, Reggie? Kesey writes, good morning. Kelly writes, good morning, Nathan. Tracy writes, been off since the 3rd. The struggle is real this morning. Damn, since the 3rd? Wow. Damn, since the 3rd? That's 2 weeks? That is fabulous. Hope you enjoyed it. But then going back is a little hard. Tiffany writes, morning, everyone. Jane writes, good morning. Dale writes, good morning, kings and queens by nature. Dante writes, good morning, choppers. Deborah writes, good morning, Nate and the choppers. Pat writes, good morning. Kashana writes, good morning. Dale writes, that crazy MF needs to go. The police gets a pass on this. I don't want to see him taken into custody. Shoot this itch. He writes, shoot this itch ass on sight. Case closed. Damn. And some of that swift justice, huh? Well, again, at this point, I know they have a video, but it needs to be said. The man is a suspect. Okay, even with the video, he has not been found guilty of anything. And I don't believe in the death penalty. I don't think, because that's obviously the attitude that the police take in a lot of cases already, Daryl. But I feel you though, man. That's crazy. Tracy says Facebook Live should be disabled. Oh, so now I can't broadcast live from community events in the city of Cincinnati because this buster from Cleveland is killing people on Facebook? Hell no. I want my Facebook Live. The skill of old phrase from MTV back in the days. Remember that? I want my MTV. I want my Facebook Live. Deanna writes, good morning. Rhonda writes, good morning, beautiful people in the chop shop. Cruther writes, good morning, choppers. Cincy Tigers writes, good morning and happy Monday, choppers, and Mr. Ivy. Same to you, Cincy Tigers. Miss D writes, greetings. Fame Up writes, good morning, choppers. Sucker MCs, please note I will touch up your chin like a barber. And when she go to sleep, I'll be bombing like Pearl Harbor. Hashtag battle bars. Hashtag head ice. I'm not sure who that is. I'm not sure. Clue me in, Fame. Mike writes, good morning, Fame. Cincy Tigers writes, yeah, Steve Stevens is exactly the kind of guy that we were talking about last week. No, nobody listened to him, so he decided to kill people. Right. We've been talking about men like this for a while. I got my eye on these weak ass busters. You want to kill somebody because the woman don't want to be with you anymore. So, I mean, that's women. Everybody knows that. Some women can be difficult. You ever heard the phrase, can't live with them, can't live without them? And we're saying that's about human beings that have ill nanas. They got ussies. That just goes to show you just how difficult it can be dealing with some women. Not every woman, some women. And yet we still love them. We need them. We need them. We love them. And they're hard to deal with. But we all deal with them. And you move on, you learn, you figure out how to work it, and you keep on going, right? That's it. You figure out how to work the relationship. That's it. What you don't do is go on a shooting rampage. There must be mental illness here. There's got to be mental illness. I don't know what it is. Is it the water? Is it the culture? Is it Trump? Let's blame Trump. There it is. We got an easy patsy. Fame writes, black people don't believe in mental illness to a fault, and it's a damn shame. Well, why not? Like I said, I go to all the doctors. I go to the Rudy doctor, the Tootie doctor, the brain doctor, all the doctors. All the doctors. I go to the man doctor. When I got a vasectomy, I posted the photographs on Facebook. Why? Education. If Nathan Ivey's not afraid to do it, you shouldn't be afraid to do it. Although I still have a picture of my tubes, my vas deferens. I've never shared it. I tried to show my little brother. He was all icky. I don't want to see your tubes. I'm like, man, it's my vas deferens. Look. I don't want to see that. I'm like, what kind of man are you? What's wrong with this guy? Look at my vas deferens. Sitting in my hand right before I threw him into the trash. No more vas deferens. It's all gone. I think I'm saying that right. Dale writes, over a female he broke it off with. If you've seen a video of that Mitch did before he started killing, he talks about breaking up with his girlfriend, Joy Lane. He says she did something he didn't like and broke up with her. Mitchness to the 1000th degree. Are you serious? You telling me this man really went there? And again, I'm not trying to say that women aren't important. I'm not saying I love women. Or I love my woman, should I say. Okay? You know, men love women. We love women, but there's so many of them. That's life. Man, you don't have no guarantee to be loved. There's no guarantee that you're going to meet somebody and they're going to love you and understand you and accept you. That's not written. That's not given to you. You don't have that. I mean, they say that the streets are paved with gold in this country. Well, I've never yet to see those streets. Maybe over in Hyde Park. Maybe over in Hyde Park. I don't know. It seems good. Maybe in Indian Hill, right? But even if the streets are paved with gold, you are not promised by the Constitution to find love. And here's the other thing, fellas, and let me tell you this, okay? Let me prepare you for this, because this is what some men are not prepared for. And I want to give you a heads up. It's not even promised to you that if you meet a woman and you treat her right, that she's going to reciprocate. See, there's a lot of men who have been, you know, it's like the reverse Prince Charming. Okay, you got some women out there looking for their Prince Charming, but you got some men out there who think they're Prince Charming and they're looking for a damsel in distress. And through our society and through what people have taught, like young boys, they believe that if you meet a lady and you're nice to her and you're good to her, that guarantees that she's going to be nice to you and good to you. And I'm here to tell you that's not how it works in the real world. It is totally possible, fellas, for you to meet a woman, be faithful to her, stop doing all the other stuff you was doing, try to be 100 with her, try to build with her, and she ain't reciprocate. She doesn't reciprocate. Either she doesn't want it or she doesn't know what to do with it. And see, that's the other part of relationships with men that a lot of men are never taught that. There's no guarantee that your affections are going to be reciprocated. There's no guarantee you could meet a lady and lavish her with gifts. You could treat her better than what she's told you that any other man has ever treated her. There's no guarantee that she's going to love you. There's no guarantee that she's going to give you what you're looking for, because either she doesn't want to do it or she doesn't know how to do it. We never talk about that when it comes to relationships. You know, there's just assumption that if you meet a woman and you treat her right, she's going to reciprocate. That ain't true. That is not true. That is not true. And I'm sure there's a lot of brothers out there that can back me up on that. There's no assumption that you're going to get happy, that you're going to meet somebody. This world never promised you that. And I think there's some men out there that they have a very naive understanding of what a relationship is. Like, I bet they're under this belief that, oh, I treated her good. You ever heard a dude say that? Oh, I treated her good. I did this for her. So, and that doesn't mean she's going to be faithful to you. That doesn't mean she's going to choose you over the dude that's been dogging her out that she's just so in love with. Come on, fellas, you've been there before. You ever met a woman that's like, damn, why she dog out the good guys? There's no guarantee that if you're good to somebody that they're going to reciprocate that to you. There's no guarantee in that. There's no guarantee. And a lot of men believe all you got to do is start turning on the charm. Like you find that one and then you're going to treat her better than anybody else. You're going to do all the things you should have did with your exes. You're going to be faithful. You're going to stop drinking. You're going to stop smoking. You're going to get that job. You're going to take care of her kids. It don't mean a damn thing. There's no guarantee whatsoever. It doesn't mean she's going to choose you. It doesn't mean she's going to stop dating other guys. It doesn't mean that she's going to reciprocate your love. It doesn't mean she's going to nurture you and build with you and she's going to be the one. There are no guarantees in the game of war, in the game of love. There are no guarantees. That's why it's so hard. And some of these dudes, they think all they got to do is turn on. I'm good to her. I'm good to her. She better reciprocate. And again, there's some women who are just not in a position to reciprocate those kind of feelings of somebody. They just don't know. And there's some women who they're just not in a mood. They're not in that moment in life where they want to be like that. Sometimes you can meet somebody who's perfect, but it's not the right time for them. It's just not the right time. Perfect person, bad timing. And some people can't back away from those relationships. They're going to make it work. Oh, I'm going to give her this. I'm going to give her. Then when you give it to her and she doesn't reciprocate, now you want to be mad. Who you mad at? You should be mad at yourself. Nobody told you to spend $100 for Sweetie's Day. Nobody told you. Nathan Ivey told you never to do that. Nobody told you to spend 2 paychecks, a couple of stacks, 2 months you saving, 2 stacks to go way, 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 way there for Valentine's Day. No one told you to do that. And see, dudes, some of these women that tell you to your face, I didn't tell you to do this. Now you're mad. now you're mad. So I've seen it. I've been there, heard it. There it is. That is wild. Who goes on Facebook talking about breaking up with a girlfriend? Who does this? And don't say Carlos Jeff. I had to throw that in there, man. I had to throw that in there. He's a big boy. He knows it. He knows it is. But just look at that situation. It's never good, fellas. Never, never, ever. When you break up with your lady, that's when you shut down Facebook. Just don't go on Facebook. Don't go on Twitter. Because some men, they just got to say something. These women out here so ungrateful. I spent $2,000 on this B, and now she with this next man. These hoes ain't loyal, right? All this kind of stuff. I seen it on Facebook. And you know who you got to blame? Yourself. Fame writes, Steve Stevens is similar to Dylan Klebold. This is his way of trying to get attention. Jerica writes, good morning, beautiful people. Brian writes, morning. Angela writes, I didn't get a notification. James writes, good morning, all. Daryl writes, that guy is not mentally ill. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's a itch, weak-ass minded punk. Wow. You telling me this man lost his life over a female? And it's not even a female. No, it's not over a female. It's over this weak man who can't control his emotions. Cincy Tigers writes, he told his frat brothers, I try to talk to y'all, but you just blow me off. He can't blame anyone but himself too much. Well, when you're going through a crisis, that's when you really get a sense of who your friends are. Like when you're going through something and you reach out to people around you and, you know, you get a sense of who's got time for you and who doesn't have time for you. Damn, but still. That's crazy. Craig writes, what's up, Nate and the Choppers? Kendrick Lamar's new album is fire. A must listen to, Choppers. I've heard a little bit of it. It sounds good. I will check it out. Kiki writes, please look at all the posts from him. He said it was a number of things, not just about his girlfriend. Huh. Okay. Well, let me go inside the Friends Who Like the Nathan Ivey Show and check it out. This is amazing. Frat brothers. That means that what? He went to college? He was a part of a frat? Okay. You know, you can't use those frat connections to, you know, build some things out here in this world? What's up with the whole killing people that you don't know and putting it on Facebook? What? Oh, there's some good stuff in here. I'll be reading through here. I'm inside the Friends Who Like the Nathan Ivey Show. Okay, I see you, Jesse. I'm going in right now. Jesse posts, I love it. Again, if you want to put content on the platform on this show, a great way to do it is to go to the Friends Who Like the Nathan Ivey Show group page. And again, I go there during the show. I go there after the show. I go there all the time to get content, to see what people are posting. People have so many. I love the internet. The internet is so vast. It's so varied in terms of its content. I can't see everything. I love it when people bring me new websites or maybe personalities or shows out there. Keep it coming, choppers. Keep it coming. I love it. So Jesse posted this 8 hours ago, and this is a video.
Dog, just call Jason or Gary and look at it, man. I can't talk to you right now, man. I fucked up, man.
This is Steve Stevens, the man allegedly who killed a 74-year-old man by the name of Robert Goodwin on Sunday. Police are looking for him in 4 states.
Every time I try to talk to y'all motherfuckers, man, y'all always fucking...
Let me say this. I have not previously screened this. Let me give you a heads up. Hold on, let me pause this because I want to hear some of this. I have not previously screened this. Again, I love doing things live. But I want to give you a heads up. As you can tell, there could be some extreme language. I know people are listening with their children sometime. Perhaps you're getting ready in the morning. I want to give you some time to sort of like maybe go in the other room or tell them to go get some cereal. It's a great time to go get some cereal. All right, and we'll pick back up with it. Here it is. I want to hear all of this.
That shit, man, you go from there. But hey, dog, let me call you. Yeah, my name is Stevie Steve on there. Just go anybody. All them niggas got me on there. Dog, I just want to tell you, dog, I love you, dog. Hey, dog, listen, man.
But do you love yourself?
I shamed the 4th Sons of Perseverance, man. I shamed 4th District. I shamed Zeta Omega. And most importantly, I shamed myself. I snapped, dog. I just snapped, dog. I just killed 13 motherfuckers, man. That's what I did. I killed 13 people, and I'm about to keep killing until they catch me. Fuck it. I posted. I said until they catch me.
Catch you?
Dog, let me call you right back because I got a lot of people calling me, but dog, real. All right.
He looks like a well-adjusted man. Looks.
Like I said, I killed 13, so I'm working on 14 as we speak. I'm just running around hitting motherfuckers, man. I just snapped, man. Fuck. You know, there's some whole shit that I would let a bitch or anybody get me on my hookup. But see, the thing is, man, I'm 37, and all my fucking life, man, I just always been a fucking monster, man. Always had to prove myself. You know, always had to fucking take the butts of people's jokes. And it's like, you know, I'm a case manager for a fucking Beach Book. I'm killing niggas with my Beach Book badge on, too. Oh, yeah, Jim Jones, I ain't gonna be able to come.
What the hell? Stevie Steve? So the man said he just snapped. And he running around just killing people. He said MFers. What is your take, Choppers? Let's go straight to the phones. Good morning, caller. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Nathan Ivey and the good people of Cincinnati. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing good, John. I'm talking about this guy from Cleveland right now, man.
Yes.
Stevie Steve. You been paying attention to this case?
Yes, I saw the clips on it. I didn't catch the full clip before Facebook took it down, but I think you can see on certain news stations, they show you up to the point where he's pointing, and then they cut it off. They won't show you. It's very sad. I mean, this man, you know, minding his own business, looked like he's coming from the store. Elderly gentleman, shot dead, and now his family have to bury him between now and the weekend. Very sad. But yes, listening to that audio clip you just had on, this guy was snapped out of his head, and he's just got to be taken out of his misery. The family's not talking, so somebody is hiding him out, and hopefully they will catch him and put him out of his misery before he causes more damages. That's very, very sad.
hope they catch him and put his ass behind bars for the rest of his natural life, if in fact he's convicted of the crime of killing Mr. Goodwin.
Well, you know how I feel about that. Life for life. In the good book, if you do read the Bible, you take somebody's life, your life should be taken. Let's not waste time.
Yeah, by God, not by man.
Well, see, in this case, I don't have a problem with the law authority, the police, not even wasting time. You see him running, pointing a gun, blow him away and take him out of his misery, because I'm sure his family won't. The family of that 71 or 74-year-old man probably is angry, and they probably want this guy dead. And if so, a family member probably said, if you lock him up, if I get in there, he's going to be dead. So, I think, I don't like wasting taxpayers' time, money, time. Take these people out, and let's not waste time.
What do you mean take these people out, John? What do you mean by take these people out? You talking about execution, or you talking about police should kill them on the site?
Yeah, I believe they should be people like him in this form of case where you take somebody's life, and I don't care if it's black or white. They need to be taken out. Simple as that.
What does that mean?
Life. You take somebody's life, your life should be taken.
Oh, so you're saying after a trial, or are you saying when the police catch up to him?
No trial. I don't want him to know. Why waste taxpayers' time with a trial, media, the drama with the media?
For taxpayers.
The family of this man is suffering, and they're crying, and they're wondering why. How could this happen when this man was just minding his own business, walking down the street, and his life is snuffed out because this guy is angry because life has not been treating him too good for whatever crazy reason that was going through his head. I heard some of the clips yesterday. He was at Easter dinner. Everybody said, oh, he looked fine. He was joking with everybody. We didn't even think anything was wrong. No, this guy was sick. The signs are there. And if you don't see the signs, and if you don't point out, to him, you need to go get some help. The signs had to be there. So I don't care how much the family want to cover this up. This guy has problems. And he might have been at that Easter dinner stating what he was going to do. He probably, he had planned it all out. Unfortunately, this 74-year-old man was at the wrong place at the wrong time, and now they have to bury him between now and the weekend. So let's not waste time on a stupid trial. Media, just take this guy out. Just like the idiot that went into the church and blew away those 8 people, I felt the same way. Let's not go with the trial. Hang this guy in Times Square or take him out. Let's not waste time with all this bull crap. It's a waste of time.
Well, John, listen, that's a lot of emotion there. Clearly, I disagree with you, man. And it's not even about necessarily the perpetrators of the crimes. It's about everybody else. If we don't have trials, if we just have the now is judge, jury, and executioner, well, that means that each and every citizen is going to be at risk. It means that when you get stopped by a police officer, that officer could basically execute you on the side of the road based upon available evidence given to them. I think that's very, very dangerous. I think the man should be apprehended. They should go through a trial. He should spend the rest of his natural life behind bars. I do not believe in the death penalty in any case.
Well, police do that now anyway. We know that. Police are judge, jury, and executioner. They're not going to be locked up. Even if all the signs are there, we see the video, a person got their hands up into the air, and they blow the guy. They blow the people away. What about, I don't know if you heard that trial, these 3 Mexicans, one of the Mexicans had called up the police stating somebody had stole their bicycle. So these 3 Mexicans was running around town trying to find the guy that called it up. He got shot and killed. So the cops roll up. All 3 of them had their hands up, and one of them were trying to tell the cops, listen, I was the one that called you. And these guys just blew 2 of these guys. I think either one died, the other one was shot fatally. I mean, this is crazy. Either you do something about these damn guns or take the damn guns away. And obviously, you're not going to take the damn guns away. So, if that's what you want this country to be, the Wild Wild West, okay, arm every citizen. If you arm every citizen, black, white, young or old, the thugs will think twice before they pull out that gun because they may be the one that'll be 16 feet under.
All right, John. Hey, John, thank you so much for the call, man. We can agree to disagree on this one. Yep, take it easy. That's John right there. John says don't waste the time and go straight to the execution. And I can't agree. I couldn't disagree with that more. And it's not about these perpetrators. It's not about Dylan Roof. It's not about Steve Stevens from Cleveland. It's about the rest of us. I don't deserve the death penalty because Steve Stevens did something. Your sons and daughters don't deserve the death penalty because Dylan Roof did something. Like I said, when you create any legal arguments to take away citizens' lives, that's a slippery slope for everyone's life. Don't think you can't be finger pointed and end up in the penitentiary. You could end up on death row and never committed a crime. And I think that's a bigger travesty, a bigger miscarriage of justice, locking up and taking the lives of the innocent, than the difference between maybe some so-called murderer getting life or death. Okay? I don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. Nobody deserves to be innocent and then their life to be snuffed out by the state. Nobody deserves that. 513-873-7134. This is the Nathan Ivey Show. One man, one microphone, one mission. John says, no trial, huh? What do you think? Do you agree with John? Hey, I want to get your opinion. I'm emotional too. It's a very, very difficult story. Very difficult. This man, he could be the older gentleman in all of our neighborhoods. Could have been somebody in my family. Like I said, my wife has in-laws. Like I have people I care and love about that live in Cleveland. This was so random. This could have been one of my family members. This could have been my father-in-law, my brother-in-law, sister-in-law, mother-in-law, cousins. So this stuff is real. This is very, very real. So how does a private citizen protect himself? How do you protect yourself in the age of madness? Let's discuss. 513-873-7134. This is the Nathan Ivey Show. Jericho writes, did you see the post from the victim's grandson who was pleading with people to stop sharing the video of his grandfather's death? He said that it is disrespectful to do so. Oh, man, is that video out there still circulating? I have not seen that video. I have not seen that video. Do I want to see it? I don't want to see anybody lose their life, no. And I can understand that. Did you see the Facebook post of the woman who Stevie Steve claims that, he was in love with, his ex-girlfriend? Apparently there's a woman in Cleveland. She's a comedian. And she posted on Facebook, listen, I don't know this man. It's not me. She even wrote, my Ussie's not that good for somebody to kill over. That's what she wrote about herself. And put it on Facebook. And apparently she's been getting death threats. She's been getting comments. I mean, that's just the nature of the internet. When people feel like they've got a little story, they will follow it logically. If there's a name put out to the media, the very first thing that everyone does is look for a Facebook page. It's the very first thing. Why? Because so many people share intimacies of their life on Facebook. So many people, so the media goes there first. Everyone goes to their Facebook page first. That is deep. Somebody writes, it's the calm ones you got to watch out for. Dare writes, it's heart-wrenching watching because the elderly man reminded me of my own pops. Yeah, absolutely. Fane writes, wait a minute, we allowed to blame the casino for going on killing sprees? I just got cracked by the casino this weekend. Nicole writes, good morning, everyone. Fane writes, I'm not even going to diss hashtag Steve Stevens. I was at that snapping point. When I made the news, I was ready to handle some ish. Got a call from a kid wishing me Merry Christmas. I fell back. I'm not going to condone his assery, but I'm just saying I understand. Damn, Fane. So you feel like you've been up to that edge, huh? Cincy Tigers writes, have they spoken to the woman Joy Lane? Well, another woman, a black woman named Joy Lane, who also is a comedian, she posted on Facebook, as I said, like, listen, it's not me. I don't know this man. Stop hitting me up. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Scott. Jared writes, good morning, team and I. Hashtag rise and grind. Cherish. How you doing, Cherish? She writes, good morning. Good to see you. Larry Frazier writes, Brother Nate, good morning. Good to see you, Larry. Thanks for stopping in. Tracy writes, people have been raped and beaten on Facebook Live. It is the worst thing ever. Is it time to shut down Facebook Live? Is that going to stop the rapings and the beatings and the murders and the muggings and whatever else goes on? No. Will it lessen it a little bit? I mean, it could. It could have that effect. I'm not sure if it absolutely will. But I like my Facebook Live. Don't touch my Facebook Live. Shannon writes, good morning. There's so many people that are using Facebook Live because they're doing podcasts or they're entrepreneurs or they're just starting something new online. We shouldn't be punished. Speaking of that, somebody posted, and thank you so much. I love this. Somebody posted an update on the conversation about the internet. Shout out to Chuck Dace. He posted this inside the Friends Who Like the Nathan Ivey Show 8 hours ago. The Republican plan to kill the open internet. Okay, so let's contact Rachel Maddow and ask her to spend some time talking about net neutrality. This is a major issue. I gave Barack Obama mass props. Some of you might remember that when the conversation came up during the Obama administration, I shut the show down. It was the major topic for at least a couple of weeks. You know, multiple guests, multiple experts, the Doogie Housers, people who have insight in that particular field. And they all agreed that the internet should remain open. The big telecommunications company, they want to carve up the internet. And the way it works now is pretty simple. Like, for instance, if you go to nathanivey.com right now, when you connect to my website, you're connecting at a speed that is reasonably within the same realm as any other website. So if you go to, let's say you go to iHeartRadio website. I mean, there's some things you can do to speed up your website, certainly, but the connection speed, generally speaking, is going to be the same. So if you listen to a podcast at nathanivey.com, you're listening to it at the same speed, the same quality as you would a podcast at iHeartRadio. Now, imagine an internet that's not free, where there is no net neutrality. What that means is that the big telecommunications companies that's got hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars, they can pay so that when you go to their website, it connects at a faster speed. Now, the internet's all about speed. How many people are going to continue to go to nathanivey.com if the load speed is really slow as compared to the big telecommunications and radio giants? It's not fair. So the way around that is that people like me will have to pay to make sure that when you go to my website for content, that you are there with a speed that gives you a pleasurable experience. Because if not, you're going to stop. So, for instance, if you went to your favorite fast food place and it's got a super long line, are you going to wait in line? Or are you going to go across the street and maybe you go to another fast food place where the line isn't so long? It's a very simple concept behind it all. So it's going to cost people like me more, and it's going to cost people like, well, I'm a consumer of internet content as well. So it's going to cost consumers and producers more money. The internet is a public utility. It should remain free. None of this stuff about how, it's going to bring more jobs. I don't want to hear those damn lies. It's not worth it. Think about it, choppers. 513-873-7134. This is the Nathan Ivey Show, and we'll be right back.
It only takes a minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it at doihaveprediabetes.org. But you're probably not going to. Nope. I'm sure you've got a perfectly good excuse. Kids, work. I get it. You're busy. So what better time than now? Let's begin. Raise one finger if you're a man. Ladies, none yet. Oh, count in your head if you're driving. Now, 3 more fingers for everyone over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40, 1 more if you're not physically active, another finger if anyone in your family has type 2 diabetes, another if you've got high blood pressure. If you're overweight, raise another finger, 2 if you're very overweight, and 3 if you're really overweight. You've just taken the world's first audio prediabetes test. And if you're holding up 5 or more fingers, visit doihaveprediabetes.org or talk to your doctor. There's no excuse because prediabetes can be reversed.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness.
5 tacos of cheese and a large soda. That's $10,012. Please drive around.
Wait, 10,000 what?
It's obvious you're buzzed and driving.
I've only had a few. I'm fine.
Yeah, the food's $12, but getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Please drive around. Actually, just park and come in.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and
The average citizen can't take off work to attend a Cincinnati City Council meeting at 2 p.m. Actually, the average citizen has never even spoken with a Cincinnati City Council member. I'm going to change that. My name is Tamaya Denard, and I'm running for Cincinnati City Council to make your government more accessible to you. We should change City Council meetings to 6 p.m. so they're easier to attend. We should have a City Council meeting in all 52 neighborhoods. And we should explore changing our charter to stagger our elections. That way, you hear from council members more than once every 4 years. Government was designed to best serve its people. It's time we made City Hall more accessible to regular folks like you and me, and not just campaign donors. To find out more, visit TamayaDenard.com. When elected, I'm going to fight for you.
We asked kids what it took to be a dad. This is what they had to say.
A father is always present. I mean, what real father figure can you have if they're not there?
In order to be a good dad, you need to love your son. You need to put gas in your car so you don't break down in the middle of nowhere. And you need to make them breakfast. Yep.
I mean, just to maybe play like a board game with me, or to just stay home and play some video games with me. Just to do like that one little thing is what I really look forward to.
I'm not asking him to be a perfect dad, but he should try. He's just a constant force in my life.
There's no other type of love like a dad's love because it's not comparable to anything else.
Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Trust Park, Nathan Ivey, the man, Cincinnati's only voice. And go to NathanIvey.com, man. Check him out.
Thank you so much for joining me this morning. This is the Nathan Ivey Show. Currently 8:05 a.m. in the Queen City. Today is Monday, April 17th, 2017. To this point, we've been talking about a very terrible and tragic situation from Cleveland, Ohio. A black man, Stevie Steve, as he likes to refer to himself, is wanted in at least 5 states. Could be in the state of Ohio. That's where this story started. And apparently he told friends and family, basically, hey, it'll be a miracle if I see you again. And it killed at least one person. We just listened to an audio clip. This man is in his car calling friends. He is wanted for the murder of one of our elders. Very, very sad situation. A man by the name of Robert Goodwin, 74 years old, was killed on Sunday, and apparently this man took a video and then uploaded the video on Facebook. As I understand it, I have not seen the video. Have you seen the video? I'm talking about the tragic video that shows the apparent death of Mr. Robert Goodwin. And Stevens uploaded a video to his Facebook page showing a gun pointed at an unidentified man's head. The gun is fired, and then the man recoils and falls to the ground. The video was posted yesterday at 2 p.m., so within the last 24 hours. Facebook later disabled the access to it. Some inside the chop shop have suggested that perhaps Facebook maybe should disable its uploading of the videos, or is it Facebook Live? Because people do abuse Facebook Live. But people abuse everything. There's somebody out there now, listen to me right now. They're waking up and they're surrounded by Snickers candy wrappers. Oh, they had a binge last night. They had a binger, 20, 25 wrappers around. What happened? But should we discontinue making Snickers? No. Should I lose out on that sweet confection? No. No, I like Facebook Live. I like to go live. I've gone live from several events. I plan on going live for more events. I like going Facebook Live directly to my audience. I don't want to lose that because some man in Cleveland did something crazy. Is it the Polish boys? My wife and I, for years and to this day, I say cheese conies, she says Polish boys. But we happily meet in the middle. Like, I've tried Polish boys from Cleveland, right? And a Polish boy is kind of like it's like a Met on a really quality bun. And you can get it any way you want to, but they get it with barbecue sauce. I prefer turkey Met to myself, but I'll take some all beef, 100% Amish. I'm not even sure if the Amish do beef, but you know what I'm saying. I would even do like a veggie dog if it's really, really tasty. You ever had a veggie dog before? Love it. Love it. If it's right. If it's the wrong brand, tastes like cardboard. See, that's the thing about the whole, trying to go vegan and less meat lifestyle. It's all about the brands. You get the wrong brand, it can spoil you from the vegan lifestyle for life. You get the wrong brand. Like my wife did with eggs. To this day, little Buddha she doesn't hate eggs, but she can't eat scrambled eggs. That means that I can't share the joy of grits, turkey bacon, okay, and eggs in the morning with my daughter the way I used to with my parents. Used to love it. Grits and eggs in the morning. They ate pork bacon because they were from the South. But for me, turkey bacon, there's nothing better. Oh, man, with some OJ. And don't have the newspaper there. It's over with now. I'm in my wheelhouse. I love it. And I want to share this with my daughter. Can't share with my daughter. Why? My wife spoiled it. Let me tell you all about my wife. So little Buddha's 11 now. When little Buddha was about 2 or 3 years old, and I told my wife, I said, listen, when she eats eggs for the first time, let me prepare them. You know why? Because kids don't like to eat runny stuff. The first time your child eats eggs scrambled, they got to be scrambled very hard, as they say. Okay? Kids don't want no runny stuff. Don't put no runny stuff on my plate. I know when I was a kid, what is this? It's runny. Okra, I don't like it. It's runny. And again, not to just totally gross you out, but some people like their eggs like really, really lightly cooked to the point where, well, you know what I'm talking about. I can't talk about. I might throw up in my mouth. Can't even think about that. But what did my wife do? She went in there and made some old fluffy eggs. You can't make fluffy eggs for a kid the first time. They've got to be cooked very hard. And I'll never forget little Buddha. She had a little fork. And she little eggs to her little teeth, little white teeth. The baby's teeth are so white before they're old enough to eat all the trash and destroy the enamel. And she just hated them. She's like, ugh. And to this day, can't get her to eat any eggs. Not scrambled anyway. All because of the wifey. You can be spoiled just like that. Just like that, it can happen. 513-873-7134. I know I went on a tangent, but it's what's on my heart. I'm trying to share. You can be spoiled just like that. And let me get back on my focus here. To this point, no confirmed sightings of Stephen were reported. That was like late on Sunday. Where is this man at? And see, we're right in the middle. They're looking for him in Pennsylvania. They're looking for him all around this region. Ohio, Indiana. I mean, is Stevens going to come back through Cincinnati? Could be. Is he in Ohio? Could be. Never know. I'm not going to play it again. Well, maybe I'll play it one more time. It's a different hour. So I will play it one more time, perhaps. And it was so difficult to watch, though. So hard. I mean, I hate to see people in pain. And clearly this family is in pain. The family of the victim. And that's the real story here. I mean, the tragedy of the folks that's left behind. So sudden. 74 years old. Robert Goodwin. And I played an audio clip from his son talking to the media. He's just, as any son would be, distraught. Distraught. Could you imagine losing a parent like this? And you lose your son. You lose. These are black people we're talking about. And you talk about some black on black crime. Now, this is some straight up black on black crime right here. That is absolutely terrible. How can something like this be prevented in the future? Where did Mr. Steve Stevens get his firearm? Did he get it through legal channels? These are some of the things that I'm thinking about. Fame writes, head ice, Harlem every day, all day. I control everything. He's a tall, old dude from Harlem. Taught Loaded Lux how to rhyme. By far, my favorite battle rapper, authentic. Head ice. All right, I'll check him out. Scott writes, disable Facebook Live? Yes, do that, please. Social media and all this gaslighting is going to get worse coming in the 2018 midterms. Yes, it is. Derek writes, I go to all the doctors as well. Pam writes, not Rudy Tootie. LOL. Yeah, all the doctors. I go to all the doctors proudly. Proudly. It's about health. I'm not squeamish at all. Well, just a little bit. I mean, the first time I got that prostate exam, of course I did my research, but nothing prepares you. Nothing prepares you for the first time. And as a man, you just have to go to a place where this is about health. This is about health, okay? And you get a proven professionals. I'll be honest with you. I have nothing against younger doctors, okay? Because you need younger people inside the profession. But for certain things, I like a mature doctor. I don't know, just, 30 years of experience, I think says a lot. 20 years of experience, I think says a lot. I'm sorry. Kishana writes, he said he snapped because he couldn't talk to his mama because of his ex. He's using the right verbiage to classify himself as mentally ill. This is all completely intentional. He snapped. So you snapped. You're driving around shooting people and you're putting this on Facebook. And then you're having conversations with other people who are calling you. KC writes, disabling Facebook Live will not stop killings nor fix this buffoonery. I agree. Brian writes, nothing against it, but we think we can pray away mental health. Ooh, you're right about that. Or mental illness. You're right about that, Brian. You're right. You're right. Again, I'm nothing. You listen, I would prefer to be around people that believe in something other than money, hoes, and clothes. All the nigga I knows. Rather than be around somebody who only cares about, other things. Fame writes, say that. Okay, he's talking to him. Jennifer writes, good flow, Nathan. Keep it real for yourself in relationship. If it's not working, it's not working. You can grieve the loss, then move yourself on. Right. You grieve, you move on. You grieve, you move on. I was talking with this is a true story. I was talking with a younger dude over the weekend. I say maybe in his early 20s. And he told me that, this is for another project I'm working on. And he told me that that most, I don't mean to chuckle, but that his girlfriend recently cheated on him. Girlfriend he'd been living with for like 3 years. They live in the house together and everything. Matter of fact, when I spoke with him, he was in a process of helping her move out of his place. And then the conversation just kind of sparked from there. And apparently, with a couple nights ago or last night or whenever I talked to him Saturday, so I guess it was Friday night, basically he caught her cheating. And I could tell he was all upset. And I'm like, yo, dude, the number one, everybody goes to this, right? Because I'm an older dude now. I've been through all of this stuff, college years. I told you about my girlfriend cheating on me with a UC football player, all that kind of stuff, right? Everybody goes through that, right? So now I'm at a point in my life where it doesn't really mean that too much to me. So I'm disconnected from it emotionally, so I can share my experience with people and it doesn't bother me whatsoever. And I told dude, I said, listen, don't internalize what somebody else does. Oh, I was good to her. You're right, Nate. You're right. I'm trying not to internalize it. I got to be honest with you. I'm internalized. I know you are, because that's what people do when things happen. They internalize them. But you got to learn that that's not on you. Somebody dog you out, you're good to them. Just like with Mr. Steve Stevens. His girl doesn't want to be with him anymore. If you were good to her, you don't have to go crazy. She definitely doesn't want to be with you now. Do you think they're going to find, let's get a little bit macabre here and a little bit real. Do you think that once they find Mr. Steve Stevens, do you think he's going to be apprehended alive? Will he be taken alive? In the audio clip, he seemed to suggest that maybe he's not going to put up a fight. He says, listen, when they get me, they get me. I'm going to kill people until they stop me. I'm going to kill people until they stop me. Now, Stevens is a black man who is 6'1" and weighs 244 pounds. So he's a large black man. Will that play a role? I don't know. Like, if I'm a member of law enforcement and I see all these videos, I think you're a threat, partner. As soon as I see you, listen, you think I want to go home in a body bag for you? Hell no. That's how these officers are thinking. Will Mr. Steve Stevens be taken alive? Angela writes, I don't know if it's a long-term mental illness, but more of a mental breakdown. Do you have to go to jail if you have a mental breakdown and kill people? Cynthia Tigers writes, you are so right. Either she doesn't want it or she doesn't know what to do with it. Sadly, only the rejection is the only thing that they can see. An emotionally mature person can accept it either way, right? Emotionally mature person. The way you build an emotionally mature person is you start when they're a child. That's the way you do it. By the time somebody's an adult, it's too late. Then they messed up. They're all messed up inside. And you just can't tell. You just can't see. I wish there was a way that you could see if people are like emotionally messed up before you get into a relationship and commit like years of your life and have kids with them. If you could figure this out beforehand, like ladies, if you could figure out that some of these men out here are just a one-way ticket to nowhere, then you wouldn't have to waste your time with these men. I feel for you. I really do. I got my queen. I'm happy. Akeem writes, morning case of the Carlos Cheffin. Oh my God. Why'd I say that with Akeem in the room? I guess I knew what I was doing. Angela writes, he should have sought professional help. Yeah, but a lot of people, like, I'm the kind of person that I could tell people in my sphere, and pull them to the side. Like, I feel like I got that kind of velvet touch, and I could say that to a person. And it'll really come from a place of concern. But not everyone has someone around them to give them kind of good advice. Not everyone has people around them to give them good advice. That's why I say having good people in your corner is invaluable. You cannot put a dollar amount on that. You cannot put a dollar amount on that. You cannot. Even in this project right here, I've had many good people lift me up. I would not be here without the help of all those people involved. Tanika writes, like we talked about last week, Nate, dude has major mommy issues. Oh, mommy wasn't there, or she was there and she was halfway there, or mommy had a drinking problem, or mommy had an issue, or daddy wasn't there, or mommy got beat up by her boyfriend. I mean, I'm telling you, being a parent is the most important. It is the most responsible, the most responsibility that you're ever going to have. Because you are literally shaping this adult, literally. And what you do with them when they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 21, 18 will impact them for the rest of your life. Like mothers right now, if you have daughters and you have sons, you are grooming them to be somebody's spouse. Are you producing the kind of human being that you would want to be in a relationship with? I mean, do you have the kind of relationship with your children where you really, really know your children, or you force them to kind of show you one side of themselves because that's the only part that you'll accept? So you don't really know your kids. That is deep, man. It's an awesome responsibility. Jennifer writes, 2 things everyone needs, a lawyer and a therapist. I'm not mad at you on that. I think you're right. Fame writes, this is the realest ish Nathan ever spoke. No guarantees in a relationship, even if you are a Prince Charming type mofo. Timing is everything. Nathan spitting that ish this morning. I told you there are more hashtag Steve Stevens out there than you know. Women, be careful of the men you deal with and the stuff you deal with while with them. Men as well. Fame is on it. I hear on that one. Oh, most definitely. That's the other side of relationships that we never talk about. It's the opposite side of the Prince Charming and the whole, princess thing. The whole, there's a lot of girls that watch these television shows growing up, and they're steeped in a culture where they're waiting for somebody to ride in on some horse and save them. That's never going to happen. Very rarely does that happen. And you got to be a princess in order to attract a prince. You got to be a queen to attract a king, and vice versa. You got to be a king to attract a real queen. You know, you got to be of a certain quality if you want to attract quality. I mean, just to call it what it is. And there's a lot of dudes out there that they have been socialized to believe that as long as you put your best foot forward and you honest, and see, here's what happens. There's a lot of dudes out there that when they're younger, they're doing what all young dudes do. They're trying to date as many people as possible for the experiences. But most men, and not all men, but most men, they have in the back of their head that when they stop playing, they're going to settle down with their queen, with that one, with that special one. And when they find that person because she lives up to whatever standard they have in their heads or their hearts or a combination of, that's when they're going to give that woman their all. They're going to stop cheating. They're going to stop drinking. They're going to stop going out late at night. They're going to stop gambling. They're going to stop hanging with the fellas so much. And they think that once they do that, that it's just automatic that a woman's going to reciprocate. And I'm here to tell you, fellas, that ain't how it works at all. Life does not work that way. That's not how it works. Like I said, you can meet a woman and be A1 with her, be upfront with her, be authentic, stop all the other girls for real. Like for real. Every man has a stash. You might have a stash that includes, let's say, content from other relationships. I'll put it that way. Content from previous relationships. There are men out there that delete and destroy all the good stuff from, you know what I'm talking about? They get rid of all of it because they want to be right. They want to be true. They want to be faithful. They want to be honest. There's men out there that go out there, they work every week. They get their paychecks. They give it to their lady. None of that guarantees that she's going to love you the way that you are looking to be loved. None of that guarantees that. And it's not until you go through it until you understand it. See, KC writes, yeah, I believe he was an Omega. KC writes, Togo of the X Squad knows the guy and says Mr. Goodwin is the uncle of his ex-girlfriend. Kiki writes, there are other videos under the hunting post, which he explains other things. It also is listed on my Facebook page. All right, I'm going to your Facebook page right now then, Kiki, because I want to see. I just got a message from Carolyn. I'm reading this. Yeah, for sure, Carolyn. I will connect with you after the show. I'm always down with that. Absolutely. All right, let me step outside. Hold on, Facebook. I like to do all this stuff live. I love the internet. Let me go to Kiki's page. There you go. I want all this stuff. I want to see this. This is... I mean, listen, we're living in a point in which you feel like anything can happen at any time. Oh, what is that? What in the hell am I looking at, Kiki? Father and stepmother beat daughter to death, then run away from the hospital? You tell me this precious little girl is no longer breathing? Oh, that's hard to take right there. Oh, yeah. Why do we do these things with each other? Why do we do these things with each other? That is absolutely heartbreaking. Oh, my God. That's sweet. She got on little diapers just like my son. How do you beat your child to death? I'll never understand it. Oh, okay. 13 hours ago, Steve Stevens, 5 facts you need to know. Ooh, that's not a good face. Oh, is that what he said? Found me somebody I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna kill this old man right here. Shout out to the good folks at heavy.com. They do great work. I go there. I'm there at least a couple times every couple of weeks. Oh, okay. It's got the full video on here. I see. This is going to be tough, Kiki. Okay, I'm seeing the good folks at heavy.com. They got everything, huh? I don't know. I mean, if this is my family member, do I want the video out there? No, I do not. Am I about to go to the video and consume content there? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So I don't know if I can watch this right now. Yo, this is hard. I don't want to see this man lose his life. Man. Yeah, the good people at Heavy, I love their website, actually. I love their content, their website, and their particular style and the way that they, just a few things that they do. I really, really enjoy their website, actually. They do something called five fast facts. And they got Stevie Stevens 5 fast facts you need to know. And wow, they found the angriest black man photograph they can find. But considering what we're talking about here, I mean, it seems all appropriate. Okay, it's got all the videos here. Found me somebody, I'm going to kill this guy right here, this old dude. Oh, man. I got to go there. I mean, this is what I do. But this, I'm telling you straight up, this is very difficult for me. But we'll take these next steps together.
I want to kill this guy right here. You're old dude, too. Oh, shit. Fuck it. Hi. Can you do me a favor? Can you say Joy Lane?
What?
Can you say Joy Lane?
Joy Lane?
Yeah. She's the reason why this is about to happen to you. How old are you?
Oh, man, look. Hey, look. I don't know nobody about it, man.
That motherfucker dead because of you, Joy.
That's very hard. That's very, very difficult. Wow. That's very difficult. It almost doesn't seem real, quite honestly. It almost doesn't seem real. And literally, this man is walking down the street. So, as a father, as a husband, these are the kind of actions that are forcing honest, God-fearing people that pay their taxes. They just want to live their life. These situations like this is forcing people to strap up. It's forcing people to get concealed and carry permits. Because what happens is you want to be in a situation that when a person approaches you and say, Joy Lane, he's like, Joy Lane, this is about to happen to you. When he says this is about to happen to you, I want to be on his ass, period. It's him or me. Simple as that. That is terrible. It's terrible. But what do you think? 513-873-7134. Good morning, Carla. How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing? This is Bernard. How are you?
Hey, Bernard. What's going on, man?
Oh, man, nothing much, man. It is really sad what's going on up in Cleveland, what happened to that one of our elders.
Yeah, Mr. Goodwin.
I think the guy's name was John. Is he from Jersey?
Yeah, that was John from New Jersey, the first call.
Okay, from Jersey. So I kind of agree with them, and this is my reason why. I disagree and I agree. I'm torn between, because I'm like you. I'm not a man that's like, execute a person on spot without a trial. But when a person is on camera, that seems to me to be, that's all the evidence you need, especially when you told on yourself. So there's no need for a confession. No need for him to say, to be on the stand and be like, did he do it? Or to be in the lineup and be like, is this the guy that did it? No, he clearly put it out there that I'm the one that's doing X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to continue to keep doing this until somebody stops me or I get caught. Now, that brings me to my next point, which is you just watched the video. If you happen to have seen that across the street and you were strapped, would you not have intervened on the level of deadly force? Or would you be the guy who would take the chance or take the risk of just saying, hey, what's going on? Stop. Why you have a gun pointed at this elderly man? You can go that route and say, I don't want to be in the way of taking someone's life because that's up to God to do, or, he should be locked up. But there's people out there that have to live with those type of decisions of not taking somebody out. You agree? And they deal with that regret of like, I wish I had pulled the trigger. I wish I had intervened on that level of taking this, taking this guy's life in exchange for spare somebody else's, an innocent person at that.
Well,
so my question is to you, Nathan, is, okay, how much time are we going to allow between catching somebody in the act of doing versus it happened, some time went by, and now it's like, okay, guys, we can't shoot on sight. Now we just got to capture this guy and put him to trial.
You're saying how? What's your question again, Bernard? Because it's a little. Maybe I'm just confused. What's your question specifically?
Okay. My question specifically is how much time do we permit a person to be able to get away from actually committing that act? They shoot that person, and then some hours go by. Are we no longer allowed to shoot on sight?
Well, no. I mean, to me, it's not however much time it takes. I think that if they can apprehend Mr. Steve Stevens and bring him to a court of law and let him stand for his crimes and then lock his ass up, then I'm down with that. If when the police are trying to apprehend him, he resists and he poses a threat, they have to do what they got to do. They got to do what they got to do. I mean, I'm not going to shed any tears. But John was advocating that the police should kill the man on sight without an investigation, without a trial. And I don't believe in that. In fact, I think that would be more harmful for our communities in particular than any other communities if that was the law of the land.
And that's why I stand 50-50. I do. Because if the police was there on site and they saw that about to happen, that moment of hesitation for you as a police officer to say, you know what, I'm going to go through the right protocols or whatever I was taught to say, hey, talk the man down, he has a gun pointed at someone else, versus saying, nah, in a split second he can pull that trigger and kill that man, and I'd rather go ahead and take this guy's life in exchange of not knowing 50-50 if this guy's, the victim is going to survive or not.
Well, I mean, that's a different situation, and not even particular. That's not even indicative of what happened in this situation, Bernard. And if the police were like down the street or something, I doubt they could have changed anything. It happened so quickly. Now, here's what I will say. If Mr. Goodwin was a concealed carry permit, or he had a concealed weapon and he had it legally, and if he kind of sensed that something was going wrong and there was a gun battle, okay, you got to do what you got to do.
Right.
I mean, I understand that.
Right.
But again, it happened so quickly. The man, to me, there was no... Here's what's going to happen. Somebody's going to get killed. Somebody's going to approach another citizen in this country of very same circumstance. They're going to get out of their car and walk over to this person. And before anything's happened, they're going to get shot and killed. And people are going to point back to this situation. Nobody's going to wait to assess a threat before they take out a threat. That's where we're moving. Everybody's moving proactively and preemptively now. That's what we're moving toward. Right. Where if you're walking down the street and somebody's in the car next to you, maybe say they're stopped at a light, and you get into an argument, we're moving to the days where you can just fire into the car and kill them based upon a reasonable assumption that your life might be in danger because of situations like this will happen, Mr. Goodwin. And I think that's a dangerous scenario for our society. It's like the wild, wild west on the streets these days, potentially. Because people feel insecure. Right. Cops show up afterward, like they showed up afterward and cleaned up Mr. Goodwin's brains from the concrete. Yeah. Afterward, they weren't there beforehand. Right. So if Mr. Goodwin had a weapon and he got into a gun battle with Mr. Stevens, I wouldn't have a problem with it. He's protecting himself. He's protecting himself.
But would you, as a person, if you were strapped and you saw Stevie Stevens, whatever his name is, would you call the police and have to wait and take the risk of 15 minutes for the police to show up, knowing that within that 15 minutes, Steve can go out there and commit another murder? Or would you be the one, if you have a weapon, to take this guy out, knowing, like, okay, this guy is wanted, it's a manhunt, and I'm not going to have that on my conscience that I call the police, yes, I'm going to wait for him 15, 10 minutes to show up, but in that meantime, he done killed either a young girl or some kid or another older person. I couldn't live with that.
So what would you do then? Because you just asked me a question, what would I do? Well, let me add this caveat. It's hard. I'm going to tell you what I think of what I would do. But in that situation with the adrenaline pumping, your life's on the line, you never know until you're in that situation. I admit that. Exactly. So if I got a weapon and I'm down the street and I see what's happened, he's already dead. If I'm with my family, honestly, I'm going to make sure they're secure first. Move them from a secure location. I'm ready with the weapon to make sure if anything comes toward me and mine, we okay. But am I going to like run down the street and fire into the back of the weapon to stop him? Probably not. I don't know. I don't think so, because now I'm worried about hitting somebody else. And I really don't know what happened. I don't know the situation. I don't know if this is drug involved, law enforcement. I don't know what just happened. And so that's what I would. That's my honest thought sitting here right now. But again, when you're in that situation, you never know.
Just don't know.
What would you do?
I agree. What would I do? I mean, knowing what I know now, that this guy is wanted.
Yeah, but you don't know that now. I'm saying in that situation, you just saw something go down.
Oh,
you don't know what happened.
If I saw something go down like that, I would be pretty much like you. Like, I want to make sure that my family is safe. And I'm going to kind of like duck for cover, but I want to keep an eye out. I just couldn't let somebody like that out of my sight.
Well, of course, yeah.
Calling the police.
Yeah, you want to be a witness for the police and be able to give them as much information. Right. Yeah, for certainly. I mean, if you speeding away from me and you just did something crazy, you know I'm getting a license plate. As much as possible, so we can apprehend you and get you off the street. So yeah, to me, that's a part about just being a good citizen for sure. But you ask me, am I going to like run out to the street and shoot them? I can't tell you that, because I don't know what really happened.
No, I'm saying right now, knowing what you know now.
Oh, right now.
Because they're looking for this guy. This guy was right down the street from you, right now, and you strapped. What you going to do? Call the police and wait 15, 10 minutes? Or are you going to take matters into your own hands?
That's a good question. I mean, there's a part of me that wants to say, I want to stop him right there and there and, put an end to this nonsense right now. But again, that's me talking on the radio to safety from my studio. When you're in a situation like that, again, you never know. I think I can tell you what my heart is telling me now as I sit here in safety. But in a situation, I don't know. That's just, hopefully you can take that. That's just being real.
Right.
You know?
And that's what I appreciate you about you, Nathan, that you keep it real. So keep it up, man. I appreciate the chat. I'll continue to keep listening in.
All right, absolutely, man. Take it easy. That's for Nard right there. That's a fair question. What would you do? I mean, you want to stop these people. I don't want this man driving around the neighborhood killing somebody else's family member. Nobody should get a phone call like that on a Monday saying that somebody walked up and killed your family member, then uploaded it to Facebook Live or Facebook. No one should have to go through that, but I'm saying that behind the microphone in the safety of my studio. When you're in a situation, you confronted with a life and death situation, every person would react differently when you're in a situation like that. Tanika writes, calm plus crazy, a lethal combination. Yes, it is. It's a very lethal combination. Dude was so calm. I mean, I can't believe what I just saw. I cannot believe that I just saw what I saw. And I'm looking at images of Mr. Goodwin with his family members that were posted on Facebook. Just terrible. Now, Mr. Stevens claims that he's killed at least 15 people on an Easter Day slaughter. Where's Jesus? Maybe Jesus is mad because on Easter we celebrate the Easter bunny and not Jesus. He gets no shine. See, police haven't found any other victims. Oh my gosh. He blamed the shootings on his ex-girlfriend, and that he lost all his money gambling at casinos over the past year. Well, whose fault is that? Stop going to casinos. Joy Lane, his ex-girlfriend, she updated. There is a real Joy Lane from Cleveland, Ohio. And she updated on Facebook that she was with the police and that she's okay and that she's very sad and she's praying. I mean, how many women are out here living with psychos and you have no idea? You out here fornicating with psychos? Raise your hand if you're out here fornicating with a psycho. You have no idea. I'm looking at the images of this brother, man. He looks like any other person out here. Any other person. I'm looking at him. Looks like he's standing next to somebody. I think Miss Joy Lane. And just looks reasonable. I'm looking at the Facebook page. Look at him. He got different colors and stuff. So he likes to, I don't know. Stevens was a case manager at a children's behavioral health agency. And he posted a lot of photographs of himself on Facebook at gun ranges. Here's a video
45
of
ACP.
Stevens at a gun range.
SIG sour here. Just a SIG. 9s, 45s. Target right there. So I empty that boy. We getting ready.
Just no rapid fire, buddy. Yeah, you have to give a second in between it, though.
Okay. All right, my bad.
When was the last time you were at the gun range? Oh, not a bad shot. He could be better, but he's not a bad shot. So he was getting ready to kill someone. Like I'm telling you, folks, I have family in Cleveland that I love and care for. This man could have killed my family member. If you have family in Cleveland, he could have killed your family member. Mr. Goodwin was walking down the street. It makes you not even want to walk down the street in your own neighborhood. People could drive up to you, get out of their car, and blow you away. Everything you've ever done, all your family members, every experience, everything you've ever done can be gone like that because he's got a problem because he lost all his money at a casino. In one of his videos, Stevens blamed his workplace for driving himself to kill people. And we just got a call from Bernard. Bernard asked me, okay, so if you see Stevens on your block, what do you do? That's a fair question. I guess that's a man question. I gave him a great answer because it's an honest answer. But police are recommending the public to not approach him. I would consider him a very dangerous man. Very dangerous. You shooting older people on sight? On sight? This man got out of the car so coldly and so callously and said, say Joy Lane. Joy Lane? Dude was Joy Lane. Mr. Goodwin's Joy Lane. I don't know Joy. He said, I don't even know her, man. I didn't sleep with her. You know, that's what he was thinking. He's a damn coward, quite honestly. Run around with your gun. Put your damn hands up, coward. Running around shooting defenseless people with a gun. Oh, look at the big man. What a big man. I don't want to see him executed. I want to see this man behind bars for the rest of his natural life. 15 years from now, I want 60 minutes to do an update on Steve Stevens. I want to see gray hair. I want to see this man on the edge of chaos behind bars for the rest of his life. You know he's vain because he's posting his stuff on Facebook. He wants everybody to see. Telling you death would be the easy way out for this man. That's the easy way out. When these officers catch up with him, they give him a bullet, it's all over with. Life is much harder. He deserves to live, not die. In damn near solitary confinement, which I think solitary confinement is actually an issue in some of our prisons, and it's driving some of these people who are locked behind in these solitary confined situations. It's driving them crazy. And in some cases, these people are getting back out. But that's another flow for another show. That is deep. I mean, it's hard to imagine something like that happening. It really is. When you're walking down the street and you're an honest person, you don't feel like you're going to be involved with something like that. He doesn't know Joy Lane. You got a problem with Joy Lane? Take it up with Joy Lane. And I'm not suggesting he take out this woman, but I am suggesting that he focuses on his real problem. And his real problem, Mr. Steve Stevens' real problem is probably Steve Stevens. He blamed the shooting. Easter Day slaughter because of... Tell Jim I won't be coming in tomorrow. I'm sorry, team, but I've gone too far. Zeta Omega, I really effed up. I killed 12 people today. I won't stop until my mother calls me. Hashtag, I'm the good guy. Oh, you're the good guy. Because I was confused. He's the good guy? If that's the good guy, I would hate to see the bad guy. So clearly this man was it was a desperate plea for attention and yada, yada, yada. I mean, come on. Like I said, life, this country grants you an opportunity. Like, if you believe in a higher power, God has breathed life, given you spirit. The rest is up to you. And there are no guarantees. There are no guarantees in love. Let me tell you that straight up. And when you love somebody, you open the risk that you're going to be heartbroken, that you might lose them. They might leave you. Somebody else might catch your eye. I'm telling you, there are no guarantees in relationships. There are no guarantees with women. There are no guarantees whatsoever. You are not guaranteed to have love. There are no guarantees. You are not guaranteed to find happiness. Ladies, you are not guaranteed to find a man and he loves you and everything is great and you have 2 kids and you have a house. None of that is guaranteed. None of it. I mean, you got a better shot at the casino. You got amazing odds to find that one and everything works together and you mesh well and you're compatible and you still want to be together 10, 15, 20 years after you initially got together. In this world of so many distractions and so many things that can take you off of your path. You know, there's no guarantee, fellas. I'm just going to give you straight up. There's no guarantee. You could meet a lady. You could be straight with her. You could stop all the other stuff you was doing with other women. You know, you dogged other ladies. You know, you was wrong, but you weren't ready. Now you are ready. You can be ready. You can meet. She could be the first lady to ever meet your mama. She could be the first lady to ever come to Sunday dinner. She could be all those things, and it may not work out. You got to pick yourself up. Don't internalize it. What's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with you. She's just not ready. Nothing's wrong with him. He's just not ready. And move on. And move on. Life is beautiful. Jennifer writes, shaking my head. Oh, she's talking to Tanika. Tanika said, calm plus crazy equals a lethal combination. It certainly does. That is nuts. I feel for the lady. Sluggo writes, I'm interested to see if he's apprehended alive or if he's killed on sight. Yeah, me too. Something tells me that, I don't know. It's hard to speculate. Scott writes, legitimate question. Are we more upset because this man murdered someone or because he murdered someone on Facebook Live? I'm more upset because he murdered someone. He took somebody's father. He took somebody's father, right? He took somebody's husband. He took somebody that people cared about. Rhonda writes, I have not seen the video. Well, it's terrible. I just saw it. I watched it for the first time live here on the Nathan Ivey Show with you. It's terrible. But over the years, I've seen much worse online. Those things are out there. Those websites are out there. It's not something I go to with any regularity. And usually it was in accordance with trying to do show prep for the show because I don't want to see the pain and misery of anybody, any human, ever. And it's difficult. I mean, literally, you heard the audio. He literally walks up to this man and says, say Joy Lane, if you missed it. And then he says, because of her, this is happening to you. And then you see Mr. Goodwin sort of putting his hands up as if that's going to stop a bullet at close range. And he's like, I don't know her. I don't know her. It's just terrible, man. Just terrible. And then you hear and you see the weapon discharge. And you can see like the weapon kind of recoil a little bit. And then you see Mr. Goodwin recoil. And he falls back against a fence or the wall. And after that, I don't really want to describe the images, quite honestly. I don't want to go too far with that. It's just too much. But there are images of the aftermath. And you hear a little bit of commentary from what appears to be Mr. Stevens. And then he appears to get back into his vehicle and he walks and he goes on with his life. And meanwhile, you see the lifeless body of Mr. Goodwin on the ground. And it's absolutely terrible. And it would be a billion times more terrible if, in fact, that was a family member of mine. So, again, folks, so if you're a private citizen and you want to protect yourself and your family, what do? Graston writes, Nate, you got to see the video. I did see it. He wrote that about an hour ago. Brian writes, I'm glad things aren't that easy, John. We're not at that point where we need judges like Dredd on the street, although you can say some cops feel as if they are. Tracy writes, it's not going to stop it. It's going to stop people from sharing it. Graston writes, people should share it if it's available. This is real life and people can't hide from it. I agree with that on some levels as well. I do. Like I said, with my daughter and my children, as long as it's age appropriate, I've told them I'll be real with you. I'll give it to you 100% whenever you ask me a question. If it's something that you really want to hear 100% about. And I don't know if there's any socially redemptive qualities in allowing someone of her age to view this video. Maybe if you're dealing with teenagers, high schoolers, yeah, for certain. Even with some of these thugs out here who have never pulled a trigger, but they're running around with triggers in their pockets or in their waistband, I think they need to actually see it if they have not seen it and be close to what death really looks like. Graxton writes, the concept is capitalism, Nate. If the content is worth it, people will pay for it. Utilities like water, electricity, cable, etc. isn't free. It's called supply and demand. See, Graston writes, Nate is against it because it's against his financial interests. So I get that. Well, quite honestly, yeah. But as I told you, this is a conversation that came up during the Obama years. So that was before I had a direct financial interest in it. And I've always felt that way. The issue of net neutrality has been around for a long time. I've always been on the same side I am now. So the fact that I do have some financial interests involved is a motivating factor. But this flow is driven by my own consciousness and the way I look at it. The internet is a public utility. It should always be that way. Just because you are a multi-billion-dollar telecommunications company doesn't mean you have the right to privatize something that should be within the public sphere. And that's the way it should be. And just because people are willing to, or they could pay more for something, doesn't mean that you should charge them more for something. And I think anybody that pays like an energy bill in the city of Cincinnati knows how I feel about that. And they probably feel the same way. So there should be a line in the sand between public utilities, things that are for the public good, and just because it'll make a profit. Because there's a lot of things that'll turn a profit that we don't necessarily agree with. There's a lot of ways to turn a profit. If we let profit be our motivator, then this country is going to be, we're headed down a slippery slope. If profit is our only motivation for everything that we do, then the people who have the most money will always win. And we're headed in the wrong direction. We're headed toward Armageddon. So what I'm saying is there are some things, especially when you're talking about the United States, there are some things that are more important than profit. You telling me the big telecommunications companies don't have enough profit? Of course they do, Graxton. Come on now. Let's be smart here. This isn't about the difference between jobs. This is the difference between bringing in more profits and not bringing in less profits. And we're talking about profits here. Profits. So this is about greed, essentially. This is the greed of the big telecommunications companies, their CEOs and board of directors that are like, hey, we need to make more money. It's just like with the big pharmaceutical companies. Years ago, they got into the business of selling medicine to people who are not sick. Why? Because that's how you get more profits. So now you got millions of Americans taking drugs for made up maladies, things that are really more symptoms of aging or symptoms of a particular lifestyle than it is some chronic disease. But they popping them pills every single day. And the pharmaceutical companies are selling it to them. And it's all about profit. Doesn't mean it's right. So I know in the era of Trump, as long as it makes money, it makes sense. I don't believe in that. I believe in people. And that's the problem. We're too caught up with what makes money instead of what makes sense. That's the problem. We're too caught up with what makes money. Oh, it's going to mean jobs. Oh, it's all about money. And if you say it's about money and profits, most people say, oh, well, it's about money. There's some things more important than money. There are some things bigger than money. There are some things that should not be defined on whether it makes more money or whether it creates more jobs. And rather, it should be defined by whether it works for the people, period. And that's why I believe in a free and open internet. And always will be. Shannon writes, so did he kill 13 people total or could he have been lying? In this crazy world, Shannon, to be honest with you, it's possible. But there hasn't been a rash of missing persons and we really don't know. He could just be talking. Let's go to the phones. Good morning, caller. How are you?
Great, fair. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great.
That's what's up.
What's up, Black Lion?
It's all great. We wanted to comment on your current conversation.
Yeah. What's up, man? What's going on? What do you think?
I tuned into the Cleveland shooting late, and I just watched it, listening to you. I was listening to the gentleman who called you discussing it. I knew the person had to be a black person because he was all gung-ho to go shoot and kill him. If it's a white person, they ain't saying just pull out your strap and flat blast him as soon as you see him. Oh, ASAP. They don't say that. So I knew it was a black guy he was talking about, and I was correct. It was horrible. You see what he did to that old gentleman?
Yes, I did. It's very horrible.
It was horrible. Ain't no different than Obama pulling up in Afghanistan or Libya, murdering Gaddafi and his family. Ain't no different. Ain't no different than Bush pulling up in Iraq, murdering Saddam and his family, is it? It's kind of like the same thing.
Well, I mean, dead is dead.
Yeah, you damn right, because them people dead. Ain't coming back. But it's the same actions. The guy with the gun, because you know a missile is just a gun, a bullet that flies by itself. Radio-controlled bullet. You know that, right?
Say again, brother?
A missile is a radio-controlled bullet with explosive shell. You know that, right?
A missile, yeah. That seems to be basic. Yeah, I can go with that.
Yeah, well, my point is, what's the difference? What's the difference of Obama who will go to Libya and murder Muammar Gaddafi but can't arrest one white cop in his own country? What's the difference? Kill the whole family out. I mean, we becoming so white, it ain't even funny. It's strange when I see you African Americans who've invested your life in white people and white institutions, white sororities, white fraternities, white religion, white holidays, white spirituality. It's strange.
White movie theaters.
Y'all become, white movies. It's becoming y'all. Y'all becoming white folks. Then this brother on here didn't just blast that old gentleman out of the clear blue damn sky. For no apparent reason. Because he was having a bad day. I mean, when America's doing it, they doing it for global economic supremacy. He did it just because he was having a bad day. What's wrong with y'all people? What's wrong with you Americans, man?
Well, you should ask yourself that. What's wrong with you Americans?
I'm not an American, bro.
You a damn liar.
I don't subscribe myself to white people like
Will white people ascribe themselves to you? You an American. Get out of here, man. And you better have, do you operate a motor vehicle?
Do you operate a motor vehicle?
Are you going to answer the question or what?
I did. You didn't like how I answered your question?
Oh, now you're on that goofy-ish. Anything else?
I'm just using your tactic. That's your tactic.
You can never use my tactics because I'm Nathan Ivey and you're Black Lion. Use your tactics. Get the hell out of my shadow.
I'm just showing you what it is, what it's like.
You know I ain't standing for that. Do you operate a motor vehicle? Yes or no?
You recognize real quick.
If you operate a motor vehicle, then that means you have a government license. You probably got an ID because you cash checks, don't you?
Cash checks.
Yeah, do you cash checks?
Who told you that?
I'm asking you a question.
Who told you that?
You told me that.
I ain't never told you that.
You told me that people pay for you to work on their houses?
Cash money, baby.
Oh, okay. So you've never cashed a check before?
Don't give me no paperwork. Let's move on, bro.
So you've never cashed a check in your life?
Deflecting from the mass murder.
Have you ever been in a courthouse?
American citizens.
Have you ever been in a courthouse? Yes or no?
Yes, I've been in the courthouse.
Have you ever been summoned to court?
I'm answering your question. Now, you sidestepping the fact.
Have you ever been summoned to court?
Are committing mass
Hey, sir, we're not moving on, man. You know me.
Oh, so you're not going to address the question?
Oh, no, not until you address my questions to the full satisfaction of my curiosity.
You asked an unrelated question.
Have you ever been summoned to court?
I bring up a point. You bring up an unrelated point.
I don't care about nothing you're talking about until you start answering my question. Have you ever been summoned to court?
You learn from the white woman quite well, bruh. You learn
yes or
from
no?
her real good.
So if you ever been summoned to court, that means you're an American, period.
Who told you that?
I'm telling you that.
Man,
I'll open your eyes this day. Have you ever been summoned to court? Has the courts ever contacted Black Lion or whatever your American government name is and said, Negro, get your ass down here or else we're going to have a warrant out for you? Yes or no?
They shouldn't even left you, took you off with a column. They should have just left you in the
yes or no?
field, bruh.
So that tells me that the answer is yes. So if you can be summoned to court, my friend, guess what? You're an American, period.
You really believe that?
You believed it enough to show up in court, didn't you?
Because the white man said so, right?
You believed it enough to show up in court when you were summoned. Period.
Who told you that?
You told me that.
Get the hell out of here. You know how many times I've been in the courtroom? Go ask them judges. Yeah, Black Lion come down here and sit and just watch.
I asked you, have you been summoned to court?
I was summoned to do that.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about court case.
Get off this white man.
I'm talking about court case, and you know you have. So if you can be summoned to court, I'm just trying to educate you, brother. I'm trying to educate you, brother. I'm going to educate you whether you like it or not. You can call it medicine. Okay, it's going to taste nasty going down, but it's going to make you better. If you can be summoned, we both can't talk, sir. You had your chance and you was on some buffoonery. Now I'm taking over. If you can be summoned to court, that means you're an American. If the man, and in your term, the white man can say, hey, Black Lion or Bernard or Julius, whatever your name is, get your ass down here, then you are an American. I'm telling you that. I'm educating you. Now you know.
What the white man told you? Because you didn't make that shit up, bro.
Anything else? We can move on. I made my point there. I think you got it.
Yeah, we can move on. You made a shallow point.
I don't give a damn about what you think about what I'm saying. Do you want to move on and make another point and talk about something else? Or I can just move on, period. It's up to you, brother.
I'm still talking about this guy who just murdered that old man. I'm still talking about your country, your American citizens, your American leaders going across the world doing the same action. This brother just committed.
I know you made the same point 4 or 5 times. Do you have any other points?
Well, you ain't addressing that point.
I addressed the points. I think I did.
Talking about American citizenship.
Yeah, I was making a point. I was opening your eyes to the fact that you are an American, no matter what you say or do. And I delight in telling you that because I know you don't like it.
Deal with the topic.
I love telling you that.
You not telling me what?
I don't really think this is a fruitful conversation because we keep talking over one another. I'm going to say what I got to say, like I told you. But thank you so much for your phone call. And you're welcome to call anytime you want to, brother, anytime.
I appreciate it, bro.
Yep.
You get back to dick.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it. That's my brother there. I got to tell, hey, listen, when I see the conversations going down the wrong spot, I got to take control of it. And that's what I will do every single time. I don't know why he won't learn that. But whatever the hell he was saying, I'm not even sure he was going. But I think he was trying to make a conversation about death in general and the United States and blah, blah, blah. And I get it. Like I said, dead is dead. But however, if you can get some in the court, I'll reiterate it. If they can say, hey, Black Lion or Julius or Clarence or Steve or Nathan or whatever your real name may be. OK. And again, I support Black Lion in that brand. But then you're an American, period. And you know damn well you've been summoned to court. You've talked about it openly on the air. If you can be summoned to court and they can say, hey, come down here or else we're going to issue a warrant, that means you're an American, sir, period. No matter how you might see yourself. Jennifer writes, Nate, that happened to me. My mom ruined me the eggs when I was little. It took me years for Pops to get me to try them again once he cooked them. See, I told my wife. I told her. Jennifer writes, I'm not sure I believe he killed 14 people. But 14, I think he wants attention, so he's making stuff up maybe. Kelly writes, morning. Carolyn writes, good morning, Choppers. Carolyn, I did receive your message, and I'll connect with you shortly after the time we get off. DJ Queen, X-Squad Affiliates writes, good morning, everyone. Good morning. She writes, good morning, Nathan. Serenthi writes, good morning. So we're late for a break. Before we break, I need to tell you about a brand new spot I found And here in the city of Cincinnati, I want to tell you all about it in just a second. It's called Park Place. Stick around for that. Let's see what else here. Jennifer writes, Scott, there would be a trail of bodies of families mourning and outrage. None of that is present, right? I don't believe he's killed 14 people. But again, I don't disbelieve it. Anything is possible. I mean, hell, in D.C., you've got dozens of young women who are going missing. Something's happening. Sarinthia writes, good morning, Queen. It's a shame that we live in a day and time where we don't know whether he's telling the truth or not. Jennifer writes, I think Steve Stevens will either kill himself or hold out for the interviews and book a deal. I don't want to read this, but I would never purchase his book. Would I watch an interview? Yeah, because I want to listen to the mythology of the madness of this madman and what his thought process was. Craig writes, I mean, we've all been stressed out before. We've all been on edge. We've all been there before. Everyone's been on edge before. I don't care who you are. You know, sometimes life is giving you a couple of body blows. You got to pick yourself back up. Have you ever thought about taking other innocent folks out? Obviously not. Deanna writes, hell no, he's a Mitch and coward and will never take responsibility for his actions. He will kill himself. Will he kill himself? I don't think he will kill himself. I think that he might force the police to kill him, but I don't think he'll kill himself. Angela writes, I suspect he's committed suicide by now. He knew he wanted to talk to a matter. Wait. He knew he wanted to talk. It was a matter of finding someone to listen. Whew, man, listen. That's why I'll be your internet friend. If you're going through issues in the chop shop, you want to hit me up. We can talk it out. And I'll say no names. But over the years, I've had conversations with people who have reached out to me, quite honestly, on the low. Like I said, you have no idea the kind of information that comes your way when, you know, you're doing any kind of media. And I had people who reached out with me on the low. Like, Nate, I'm going through some real ish. Can you call me? Seriously. And I always make those phone calls. I'm available. And, you know, without talking about anybody's personal business, I'll never betray any allegiances. You know that off the top. But, and I don't even want to talk too much about those particulars, but I'm just to tell you, I mean, I've had people reach out to me because the media is very powerful. And you can really form relationships. Like, I've relationships with people in my audience. Like, I see them out. I'm like, hey, what's up for real? Like, it's a good day. I ran into such and such. And so that works both ways. And you got something going on, choppers, put it in a chop shop. Put it out there. Hit me up. And we can just talk it out. And again, I betray no allegiances. No allegiances. Miss D writes, shoot, most people can't afford the copays to get treatment. Seeing a professional is expensive. Yes, it is, Miss D. More expensive than if I could control things than it would be. People should have access to mental health professionals. If you want to sit down and talk with somebody, don't feel bad about it. Don't feel like something's wrong with you. Most people, you should take your car in for quarterly maintenance, at least a couple times a year. Just have them look at it. Maybe you hear a little something, you know, you're hearing a noise from one of the wheels or something underneath the car. Maybe you hear a squeaking here or there. It's something that's small. You take it in, the professionals work on it, they deal with it, becomes bigger. Your brain is no different. Your brain is no different. 513-873-7134. Before we break, I found a new spot called Park Place Restaurant, choppers. It's located at 1185 Kemper Meadow Drive off Winton Road. Stop by today and check out the lunch specials from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. with a healthy choice menu. Are you looking for a cool spot to watch the game? Well, then check out Park Place. Are you looking for a place to host your meetings or events? Check out Park Place. Park Place Restaurant is a place with a good, healthy choice menu, live entertainment, and a great prices. Come out on Wednesdays for half-price wine and speak your mind with spoken word on Thursdays. Park Place Restaurant has a live band every Friday with no cover charge. Just food and drink specials. I've seen it myself, choppers. I've been out on a Friday. It is real. Park Place Restaurant, located at 1185 Kemper Meadow Drive in Forest Park. They're right behind the Shell gas station. You can also call ahead and reserve your table. 513-825-8888. Again, their number is 513-825-8888. Park Place Restaurant, the place to eat. This is the Nathan Ivey Show, and we'll be right back.
I found a toy dinosaur over on the playground by Smith Street. It had this phone number on it, and, well, I just wanted to make sure the dinosaur made it back to its little owner.
Yeah, hi. I think I found your kid's stuffed animal near the swing set. Just want to call. I'm sure she misses it.
I know my son gets super attached to the smallest things, even a fire truck, and I'd be happy to drop it off. The toy was a little muddy, so I cleaned it up, and it's good to go whenever you're around.
When I found the little sippy cup, I just had to give you a call. It's for a kid, you know?
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger and give all of our kids the meals they need to grow. Learn how at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hi, I found a toy
kids what it
dinosaur
took to be
over
a dad. This is what they had to say.
A father is always present. I mean, what real father figure can you have if they're not there?
In order to be a good dad, you need to love your son. You need to put gas in your car so you don't break down in the middle of nowhere. And you need to make them breakfast. Yep.
I mean, just to maybe play like a board game with me, or to just stay home and play some video games with me. Just to do like that one little thing is what I really look forward to.
I'm not asking him to be a perfect dad, but he should try. He's just a constant force in my life.
There's no other type of love like a dad's love because it's not comparable to anything else.
Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Hey, everyone. Let's all stop what we're doing right now and take a moment. That felt good, huh? Just like that, we had a nice, special sort of moment together. Of course, they don't all need to be quiet moments to be special. They could be loud moments, goofy moments, sporty moments, dorky moments. Moments where we talk or walk or just hang out. It doesn't really matter. They all count. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. Sounds like somebody agrees. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Today, call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Tired of searching online? 3linkdirectory.com has handpicked tens of thousands of quality links, so you don't have to spend hours searching. Find the best internet links on 3Link Directory. Visit 3linkdirectory.com now. Enjoy quality links sorted in categories like arts, games, health, shopping, sports, travel, and many more on 3linkdirectory.com. That's 3linkdirectory.com.
Listening to the Nathan Ivey Show. One man, one microphone, one mission. Now let's get back to the flow.
Good morning, all. This is the Nathan Ivey Show. Coming to you live from NathanIvey.com. Weekdays, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Podcast is available shortly after we end each show. And we grow every single day. I mean, we're very close to 6,000 subscribers. Folks who are listening throughout the tri-state area, throughout the entire world. Let me see where we are right now. Right before the show, we were at 5,977 followers. And I remember when we was 100, 200, 1,000, 2,000. Okay, as of right now, we're at 5,981 followers. So I'm picking up 100 followers per week consistently for the last 6 to 7 months. So that means that possibly by the end of the day, actually, by tomorrow, we'll be at 6,000 followers. And it's because of you. We grow every single day. And to the new listeners of the Nathan Ivey Show, And maybe you're a fan of talk radio. Maybe you just want to hear about this other world called Cincinnati, Ohio, and all these things that are happening in what may appear to be a far off place. Maybe you just love the flow. Maybe you love the choppers. Or, maybe you are a podcaster or you're doing something live yourself and you're just kind of picking up tips. Like, Nate, how you doing what you're doing, man? Send me an email to the X Squad affiliates. Hit me up. I am available to share all information with you. I'm more than willing to do that, to support you in your endeavors and what you are trying to do. Perhaps you have a podcast. Maybe you want to do a live show. Maybe you want to do whatever, fill in the blank, the your name, the show on a daily basis. And you're like, well, damn, what type of equipment do I use? You're like, well, damn, well, what do I do? What do I talk about? Or maybe you have something inside of you. You need somebody to help you just bring that voice out. Hit me up. My email address is on my website, nathanivy.com. Just look at the contact section. It's nathansflow@gmail.com. And since I've been doing this over a year ago, people have reached out to me from all over the country. All over the country, people have reached out to me like, hey, Nate, I came across your show on Spreaker. I love what you're doing, man. What are you doing? And people have asked about various things. And I am an open book. I will share with you to help push whatever it is that you're trying to do to that next level. But let me back up here. We are from the city of Cincinnati, broadcasting live from the city of Cincinnati very proudly and loudly. I am born and raised in the city of Cincinnati. And so I spend a lot of time talking about city issues. The majority of my audience is based in Cincinnati or within this area. And it's just things that we must discuss. And we are living in the last days of good damn common sense because, now firefighters are wearing bulletproof vests. I mean, aren't they supposed to be insulated from the flames, not the bullets? And apparently equipping all of Cincinnati's firefighters with bulletproof vests is a priority for Cincinnati City Council. It's estimated, and this may be to some degree old news because it's kind of been sitting on my desk since, quite honestly, since last week. But at an estimated cost of $250,000, the city's firefighters union supports that proposal introduced by Councilman Christopher Smitherman. The city bought 180 vests for firefighters last year, but the union says that they need 600 more, saying that firefighters often respond to situations in which gunfire is a possibility. And Smitherman describes the proposal as a proactive measure. And I want to know what you think. Citizens of Cincinnati's 53rd neighborhood, the Chop Shop, the Nathan Ivy Show. If you live in the city, I want to get your thoughts. $250,000 for a bulletproof vest. Now, have there been any situations where firefighters have been actually shot while they were responding to a situation? Are there situations where firefighters have nearly been shot? I think if I'm a firefighter and I'm showing up to an emergency situation, I don't want to get shot in the crossfire of some gun battle. Before too long, somebody's going to suggest that firefighters should be strapped up. They should have firearms. Maybe they do. Maybe at least one of them do. I do not have all the particulars of how the Cincinnati Firefighters Fire Department actually works. But as a taxpayer, is that an expense that the city should pay? Okay, you can respond in a text message, or you maybe want to give me a call, 513-873-7134. And, Nathan Ivy supports immigrants. I support people and would suggest to people to do it within the laws of this country. But I don't want local law enforcement expending energy trying to find somebody because they're an illegal immigrant. Now, if you're committing crimes, you got to be dealt with. And if that includes you being taken out of the country, okay. But breaking up families, breaking up homes for people that just want to live in this country, they just want to have the American experience. I mean, there's some folks that don't give a damn about the American experience. They don't want it. Black Lion don't want it. He's not the only one. I don't mean to pick him out, but he was just the last person that called in and espoused that kind of viewpoint. There's some folks that don't want the American experience. They don't want to be an American. And I'm not arguing that you should or should not. I mean, that's for you to make your decision. The point I'm making is that's what makes America. I love all of it. You got people that are Americans and they don't want to be Americans. You got people that aren't Americans and they want to be Americans. They want to be a part of this culture. They believe that there are opportunities in this country. Now, you might believe that there aren't, but I'm just saying that, grant me this, there are people out there that look at the United States from where they came from and they're like, wow, land of opportunity. Now, you might be a jaded American and you're like, opportunities ain't no damn opportunities in this country. You could feel that way. I don't know. But, you know, if you're here illegally, I mean, we're all immigrants. Some of us were forced. Some of us came here generations and generations ago because they were exploring new frontiers, looking for opportunities. That's why I think it's very hypocritical for all these folks to come over here on the native man's land, take over, and then create these rules about who can come over here. So on that level, when we start talking about immigration, I have a different viewpoint. You know, I'm not saying that the border should be open to just anyone, but building walls, sending people back to Mexico, breaking up families. This doesn't seem, maybe this is American actually in some crazy, strange, super real way. I don't know. But there's people who may not have been born in this country, maybe legally not here, but they're not committing any crimes. They're paying taxes. That's a big misnomer that people who are illegal, as they put them, don't pay taxes. Sure you do. You pay taxes every time you purchase something. You pay sales tax every time you purchase something. You know, for the folks out there who don't identify as Americans, every time you spend your money, you're getting taxed like an American. You might as well vote. You're being taxed like you're an American. To all the Hebrew Israelites, every time they spend $1, wherever they spend $1, is being taxed. They're paying the tax man every year or every couple of years whenever they do their taxes. So something to consider, because here in the state of Ohio, here in this region, we had a very highly publicized traumatic incident up in, I believe it was Butler County, where a mother of 4 was seized by Immigrations and Customs Enforcement agencies, a.k.a. ICE. Her name is Maribel Trujillo. And she was awarded a legal work visa that would have allowed her to stay in the United States. But she was arrested near her home in Fairfield. And there was such an outcry of emotion. There really was. I saw people associated with that. Like, I saw Reverend Lynch, and I was very happy to see him, because you got people, black people, that are out front and center on issues that appear to be specific about the black community. But real leadership understands that it's really about standing up for all folks. We're all connected in this battle together. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's kite. That case has drawn national attention and a backlash from local leaders and immigration advocates who say that her family shouldn't be split up. And she's got a visa. So this is Trumpism run amok. Dare Rice, trust me, if you were good to a woman in a relationship and she cheats on you, best believe me that you will recognize what they had was good, and they will realize they can't find that no more. They will become bitter and salty. I know for a fact, because the mother of my first 2 kids, who I married to, is still salty because I moved on with my life and found a wonderful woman. She tried to play my kids against me because she's so bitter. It will happen, man. But you sound like a strong brother. You know, it's all about the kids. Yeah, when you're good to someone, I reiterate it. When you're good to someone in a relationship and they dog you out, it hurts. I have been there. It hurts. And I'm going to tell you from experience, all you have to do, if you really want to get back with them, all you have to do is Do all the things that you talked about in your relationship. Like if you talked about being an entrepreneur, you talked about going to college, or you talked about doing something, and you share with her your goals, do it. That's all you got to do. Follow the plan you talked about and be a good person and keep a great attitude. And the rest will take care of its place. Take care of itself. You don't have to do anything else. That's it. Pam writes, good morning. Good to see you, Pam, as always. Angela writes, he's attention getting with his tragic stunt. He had gambling problems, woman issues, and filed bankruptcy. Oh, well, boo-hoo. He had gambling problems. Well, number one, that's self-inflicted. Stop gambling. If the casino is taking your money, stop going to the casino. Simple as that. Woman issues, well, listen, if you're going to deal with women, you're always going to have women issues. Even if you got like the most compatible relationship, it's a give and take. And it's the give that you always going to have issues with. It's what it is. Angela writes, happy Monday, praying for the family of Mr. Goodwin. And then a very unhappy face. How good to see you, Angela. Then the other Angela Kinney writes, I watched the videos with him at the gun range and then the ones he posted on Sunday. See, Kiki writes, oh yeah, Mr. Ivy, she is dead. Angela writes, heavy.com is laying it out. Yeah, heavy.com is all over it. Like if you have not seen the Goodwin tragic video, it's the nature of the internet. It's not the first thing I want to check out in the morning, but I did it for you. Again, I waste my time, money, and kill brain cells so you, my audience, don't make the same mistakes. And it was tough to watch. It really is. It was really tough to watch. It made me very angry because I just felt for the loss of life of that man and his family. Jericho writes, can you not play it live? Some of us have chosen not to listen to it. Well, I did already. I did already. I played the audio of it, and it was very, very hard. Very hard. Jericho, stop trying to tell me what to do, Jericho. I got this. Trust me, I got this. But I understand. We played it once. We got it. We got the gist of it. And I'm very mindful but want to be respectful of the family. But it's the age of the internet. I understand that. As I'm saying this right now, people are going to be playing it on radio stations all across the country. It is what it is. It's the topic of the conversation, topic du jour for today. It is what it is. So I'm mindful of that. And I definitely want to hear it for myself and play it for the audience at least once. It is difficult. It is very difficult. But I think, honestly, we shy away from, like when that stuff was happening with ISIS and the beheadings, I thought it was, and again, I'm very mindful of the families, okay? But I thought in terms of the overall public knowledge, we need to actually witness this brutality. We need to actually see what it is so we have a real understanding of what it is we're dealing with. As an American, if I'm traveling abroad anywhere near any of these countries, then I want to have a real accurate understanding of what I'm dealing with. So on that level, I understand the releasing of all of these videos, the police videos, all of them on some levels, because I think it's that information, it should be in the public domain. Like the I Have a Dream speech, although it's not. The I Have a Dream speech, the video, all this stuff, memorabilia, that should reside in the public domain. But of course, the King family is prostituting the legacy of their father. Don't get me started on that one. Keller writes, sound on mute. I can't want to hear. I don't want to hear any of that. I listen, I understand. Mila writes, CNN says his cell phone has pinged at a cell tower in Erie, Pennsylvania. Yes, Mila, thank you for that. I did say that earlier. Jennifer writes, she's talking to Carolyn. Kiki writes, right, my king husband and I are proud CCW owners. In the famous words of Nas, you better get yourself a gun. I get it. I subscribe to it. I advocate it. I understand it. But I'm also afraid of it. I don't want a society where everybody is strapped up. Not now. People with drugs, like I told you, there's a certain level of real emotional immaturity that is running rampant right now. I don't trust us. I don't trust a lot of us with guns, quite honestly. I really don't. And I don't think that people, even with CCWs, I'm not talking about you in particular, Kiki, I'm talking about everybody. Like the whole CCW process, I'm very familiar with it. I don't think that it accurately prepares you for an emergent situation. Okay, is it, I'm going to reach out to my good buddy Joe over at Ohio Buckeye Firearms Association because they do training and stuff like that. And what I like to know is, do they have active shooter training? Now, that's something that in these days and times I think would be a benefit. It's one thing to shoot at a target or to teach you how to clean your gun. It's another to prepare for an active shooter situation because most people are going to freeze up in a moment. Mila writes, it's dangerous to suggest we allow police officers to play judge and executioner. Agreed. Angela writes, he looks odd to me, but I'm a different breed. I'm unapologetically opinionated and skeptical of personal appearance. I appreciate it. You said unapologetically. Brian writes, the irony is this fool worked at a mental health facility. Sad. Someone writes, 2 places I guarantee you he's been is the gas station and drive-thru. If he's roaming free, not trying to be funny. You're right about that. Rhonda writes, I want to see him in a room with all Mr. Goodwin's family members holding a sock full of nickels. Well, again, I don't advocate anything that's illegal, but I will say this, is that if Mr. Goodwin's family members catch up to Mr. Stevens, and I was a member of the jury, off the top, I will be sympathetic no matter what they did to him. I mean, if they ran a bus over him 15 times or whatever they did to him, I would be sympathetic because of what he did to their family members. I would be. It's not legal. I don't advocate it. If you do that, you got to deal with the consequences. I'm just saying that, I mean, am I wrong in that? I mean, I would be a little bit more sympathetic to what they did to him because of what he did to their family member. I'm not saying I would let him off. I'm just saying I would be sympathetic to him. And I think that's a real honest human emotion. It's like natural, like an eye for an eye. Like I said, like if you do something to somebody's family member and they catch up to you and they do something to you, then you get what's coming to you. I mean, you got to deal with it legally, but I'm just saying that if you ask me, you get what's coming to you. That's natural law. That is different from the state taking your life through some legal rationales. That's completely different. When the state is taking your life, that trivializes the lives and the worthiness of all of our lives on some levels. Because what it says is that we all succumb to the idea that if you meet this legal requirement, the state can grab you and just execute you. And we've seen that the state isn't always 100% accurate. And that's a problem. Kelly writes, situations where self-defense applies, you got a CCW. Someone gets shot. How would we have talked to this guy a few days before this? Will we know how to de-escalate his mental crisis to get him help instead of killing? You can tell someone all that stuff, but how to get over heartbreak, but learning what we should do and say when we are the friend or family member of one on the edge is important. It's a good point. That typical jargon doesn't work when someone is homicidal or suicidal. Once his gun was drawn, talk time was over. The conversation we had a week ago, a few days ago, were likely important to determine in yesterday's tragedy. One can involuntarily be admitted to a hospital if you're having suicidal or homicidal ideas, but someone has to talk to the ill one, learn of their thoughts of harming someone, and then alert a mobile crisis team or 911. A lot of good points, Kelly. One that stands out to me in particular is when you said, are we prepared as friends and family members to deal with someone that exhibits any kind of symptoms of mental illness? That's a great point. Because like you said, what I said is may not be practical. Okay, if you're dealing with someone face to face, I agree with you. If I say, listen, get over it. There's a lot of fish in the sea. They're looking at me like, I'm in pain, Nate. That might not be the right thing. You're right. So how do we learn this? I mean, is there a place that we can go in the city to learn how to recognize the warning signs of somebody who's in distress in terms of mental illness, and also learn the words or what we need to do to care for them or to get them from the house, from the conversation, to actually in front of mental health professionals. Andrew writes, people were fooling and chatting with him on Facebook Live. He was getting the attention he had been craving. Kelly writes, yes, mom seems to know something, and my heart's braced for her every time I hear a show report about this. I can't imagine watching my child do something like this and then wait for police to hunt him and kill him. Mom may have tried and couldn't help him. I don't know. I just think of how to prevent tragedy. Tracy writes, rape is real. Should the girl who was gang raped on Facebook Live have her video shared? I think not. No, absolutely not. And that's an excellent point. That's an excellent point. You're right. You're right about that. So like comparing it to whether we should share the video of Mr. Goodwin, that's an excellent point. I hear you on that, Tracy. The only differences is that the young woman was raped. And of course if somebody is the victim of a sexual assault, you want to make sure that you can protect that person's identity, because believe it or not, there are people that will go after a victim. There are people who will go after their way to make that young woman feel bad. And then people who are associated with these suspects, they'll try to go after her, whether through social media or, other associations. So that's a little bit different just on that level. But right, I don't want to see somebody who's been raped in a video. I wouldn't even watch it. So why are we willing to watch somebody who's killed? That's a good question. That's fair. And I don't have any quick and easy answers. Jennifer writes, gotta go. Great show. Prayers welcome. Biz opportunity for me today. Peace to all. Well, Jennifer, I wish you she posted this nearly an hour ago. I wish you the absolute best on your endeavors today. And if you feel comfortable, please let us know all about it. I'll send you some positive vibes today for sure. Bernard writes, put this guy on the front lines to fight against ISIS. They don't want him. BS3 Sports Esquad affiliate writes, good morning. Good morning to you, BS3. Bernard writes, Black Lion is right. America has double standards. Of course. We know that. My country tis of thee loves to talk ish and did not back it up. Say one thing and do another. Tanika writes, she's talking to Slogan writes, great flow, Black Lion, regarding Obama and Gaddafi. James writes, Black Lion said cash money is U.S. currency or what? LMAO. Don't tell him. Don't tell him that the cash currency is also U.S. currency. Don't tell him that. Karamia writes, you don't have to be an American to be summoned to court. What about immigrants? They're summoned to court. So right about that. But Black Lion is an American, and he hates it. That's why I love to tell him. He just hates it so much. I just love to see him squirm off of that. Daryl writes, Black Lion is an American citizen. Rather, he's like us or not. If he pays taxes, bills, rent, mortgage, etc., that means he has a social security number, which is a USAID. He needs to quit with that foolishness. Daryl, don't tell him. Let him believe that he doesn't. That's a good one. I should have asked him, do you have a social security number? I don't get a damn social security number. Yes, you do. He talk all that ish. When he gets older, I guarantee you, if he can get it, Black Lion will be on social security. I guarantee it. He'll be on Social Security talking about how he's not an American. It's hilarious. Oh, my God. Akeem writes, funny you talking eggs and grits. I just went go live in Akeem's kitchen and friends who like the Nathan Ivey show. Oh, Lord. Please tell me you actually did. I would love that. Be real about it. I'm in the room right now, Akeem. Let me see this. What happened? It's not what I was looking for. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go right back into the room again. Here we go. Oh, man. Oh, I see my video when I was on a Roland Martin show has 63,000 views on Facebook. You know, that video when I was at RNC, it got tens of, probably into the hundreds of thousands of clicks now. Shout out to Roland Martin for that. Appreciate the love. Let me see here. Hakeem is hilarious. He really did go live. There's some audio to this. Let me back up here. This is hilarious. Let me see. I'm getting to you, Akeem. I will listen to your video, man. Hopefully the language is in a place where we can play it for everybody, and I don't have to add any comments to it. There we go. I'm updating right now. Is that grits, Akeem? Jesse posted 49 minutes ago. Police give update in manhunt for Cleveland Facebook murder suspect. The hell are you eating, man?
60 minutes to do an update on Steve Stevens. I want to see gray hair. I want to see this man on the edge of chaos behind bars for the rest of his life.
I know that guy. That sounds like me. I appreciate the Keem. Keem's having breakfast. Listen to the Nathan Ivey Show. Let me click on this, WLWT.com. They've got an update on the manhunt. Has Steve Stevens been apprehended? That's funny, man. Big L writes, what's good, brother? Nate, what's good with you, Big L? Everything, man. Enjoying life. The search for the suspect has widened to 5 states, which, of course, I told you earlier today. It looks like nothing has happened since we've been on the air. The King writes, damn, that was delicious. Angela writes, 10K by the end of the summer. What's 10K? What's that? Angela writes, I posted in a Facebook group about the state of Arkansas trying to rush through a bunch of lethal injection executions and the pharmaceutical companies as well as civil rights advocates filing to get them blocked. So far, all 8 have been given stays, right? And a shout out to those big European-based pharmaceutical companies. You know, many years ago, they decided they wanted to get out of the death business. They was tired of being in the death business with the United States because the various states who are in charge, okay, like the state of Ohio is in charge of running the executions in the state of Ohio, the state of Arkansas, Oklahoma, Florida, so on and so forth, okay? And so they were getting their drugs from the European pharmaceutical companies. And a few years ago, the big European pharmaceutical companies where these various states, and Rachel Maddow was all over this along with other people. She did great reporting on that. Now, she won't touch net neutrality because her bosses are saying don't, because the people that she works for are going to make a lot of money if we no longer have a free and neutral internet. What the hell Graxton's talking about? This is bigger than me and my tiny interest. This is about the country, man. This is about all of us. And don't think for a second that net neutrality is all. It is not. Don't think for a second that the efforts to do away with a free internet, don't think that that's not about stopping free speech. Don't think that the powers that be don't understand that the most cutting edge commentary, the most cutting edge news reporting that's being done right now is being done by people who are based on the internet. Don't think that's lost on the forces behind this. I mean, there is a political element to this. Don't believe that it's not. I mean, some of the most vociferous critics of the various dynamics that persist that help to project the various how do I put this? The various inequities. Don't think that they don't understand that the internet is a place where a lot of people can set up shop and then start reporting and delivering content, news, commentary to other folks. Of course, that's a part of this as well. I mean, look at what the Young Turks did. They did it all on the internet. And now they've got millions of subscribers, hundreds of thousands of viewers every single day that are getting their news primarily from an internet-based medium. So it's much. There are many issues with this. And what I say, if it ain't broke, why fix it? The internet is fine like it is. Everyone seems to be happy with it. I mean, outside of some privacy issues and then, crazy folks doing crazy things. But, you'll always have that. You'll always have the crazy folks out there doing crazy things. That's a great story, Angela. I'm going to pick back up on that. That is on my radar screen. I am watching that. I watched that story in terms of the various drugs that are used in the state of Ohio. There was a man put to death a couple years ago ago with some experimental drugs, and he suffered. And you might say, well, damn it, he did something despicable. And I don't remember his crimes. But the Constitution suggests that, and the Supreme Court has backed this up, not the Constitution, but the Supreme Court through various case law have concluded that when you're executing somebody, they shouldn't be tortured. Let me think about this second. This is 2017, so it was 3 years ago. 3 years ago. It happened in Ohio. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. But it happened in Ohio. The man's name was Dennis McGuire. It's a white guy. He was a convicted murderer and rapist. And it took 25 minutes for him to die. And I remember reading he was gasping and things like that. And I know what you're thinking. Well, he was a murderer. He didn't give any quarter or any concern about the person that he killed. You're absolutely right about that. But he did that as an individual. We're talking about the state. And people have to separate that. When an individual commits a crime, that's on the individual. When you're talking about executions, you're talking about the laws of the state that you reside in. So it's bigger than just one individual. And the man was gasping and choking and things like that. And that's just not the way it's supposed to go. Same thing happened with two people that were put to death, I believe, in Oklahoma. It was kind of like they had executions like back to back. I mean, within either a week of one another or several days of one another. And they were, in that case in Oklahoma, both of the individuals were African-American men. One man in particular, he went on and on for like 45 minutes before he died. An execution is supposed to be just that, not torture. Because if they can torture a death row inmate, they can torture somebody who is a suspect of a murder. If it's okay to torture somebody to death, then it's okay to torture somebody who's suspected of committing a murder. You have to understand the way things work. So I am on top of that, Angela, and I will spend time on that story. That is something that is on my radar screen. Yes, and I believe that even behind bars, people deserve certain rights, because if they can treat you like an animal behind bars, they can treat you like an animal if you're on the way to be behind bars. And if they can treat you as an animal if you're in the process to be locked up behind bars, then you can be treated like an animal if you're suspected of committing a crime that may have you locked up. You have to understand how human beings think, how things actually work. And there are some doors that I don't think that we should open. Carolyn writes, veteran fires shots during welfare check, mistaking firefighters for intruders. Maybe the firefighters should learn how to do a welfare check before we waste money on bulletproof vests. King writes, peace out, hashtag stay sucker attack free. Karamia writes, firefighter bulletproof vest? I say no until police officers and correctional officers take drug tests daily to save American lives from police brutality. Wow. Carolyn gives here a hear. Mike writes, never a mention when it's a family of African descent who was deported. Mike, you're right about that. I rarely hear about that. You're right. I very rarely hear about that. Is it racism? Big L writes, very true, sir. My ex never moved on to this day. I'm remarried and happy. Yep. I speak the truth. Now, I'm not telling you the advice I give. I'm not telling you I always take it 100%. I mean, the only way you can give good advice is because you have learning experiences, and learning experiences are ups and downs of life. But I'm telling you, fellas, and I know there's at least one man listening to me right now. You in your relationship, you love your queen. Oh, she's the one. She's so different. Blah, 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 blah. Anything can happen. If something happens, what you going to do? You going to go out like this guy in Cleveland? I told you what to do. I went through the whole show. You listen to Eric Benet, because Eric Benet is one of the few male singers out there that sings from the point of view of men being done wrong by women. All these women got anthems out here. You got all these anthems. Every song out here is an anthem about some no good, Tyrone ass Negro, right? Y'all got plenty of anthems. Women got all the good anthems when you get in your feeling. When a dude do you wrong, put in some Mary J. When a dude does you wrong, put in some Sunshine Anderson. I mean, y'all got all kind of songs. Man, we got very few. Eric Benet's got a lot of songs. And he'll help you get through your moments. Just like he helped me many years ago with my girlfriend. I loved her too. I was cheating on her. Yeah, I admit it. I was, but I was 19. So, hey, it is what it is when you're 19. And, she was so virginal, even though she wasn't a virgin. But that's how I looked at her. She was just so perfect. She was different from all the other women I was dealing with. She was the one. And she cheated on me with a UC football player. Damn cornerbacks. I hate them all. Did I say that out loud? Kim writes, yep, accomplished all them goals. Then drive by in a Porsche wearing Versace boxers and sandals. Well, if you're sitting in the Porsche, Akeem, how is she going to see the Versace boxers and the sandals? P. Evans writes, yes, the city should pay for vests in 2004 in African-American Lexington, Kentucky. He writes, firefighter Brenda Cowan was killed during a domestic violence call. The husband killed his wife and Brenda. James writes, 9 people shot in Columbus after our club over the weekend, very similar to the Cameo shooting. Wait a minute. People getting shot on Easter weekend? Hold on, let me check this out. Shooting, you said was in Columbus. I know people in Columbus. I got people I care about, I like anyway in Columbus. 1 dead, 2 hurt after shooting in Southwest Columbus. Didn't they see what happened here? 1 person is dead, 2 others are hurt after an early morning shooting. Oh, I think that's something different. Let me see, club. Let's see here. Here it is, 9 wounded in Ohio club shooting. Police trying to identify suspects in Columbus club shooting. CBS News, police, 9 shot at after hours club. Didn't they see what happened down here? It was at the J&R Party Hall. I've never been to the J&R Party Hall. 5 females and 4 males were shot. Police say an argument erupted into gunfire. It's the world we live in. You get into an argument these days, you may have to kill somebody. And I'm not advocating that at all. I'm very saddened by that. But what other conclusion is a grown man supposed to come to? That's what it looks like. It looks like you get into arguments these days. People go completely nuts. They can't control themselves. The next thing you know, you're in a gun battle. Oh, man. 47th problem. Good to see you and welcome. Writes, I don't buy the mental ill excuse. He blamed his girlfriend and mother for his actions as a grown man. What kind of grown man is talking about his mama? You're 37. At some point you have to rise above what happened to you as a child and be your own person. He blamed his girlfriend and mother for his actions as a grown man. On another note, I do not agree with the death penalty. I think this asshole and murderers like him should spend his days in prison working for the family members of their victims. I agree. Death is too good for these individuals. It's too good for this man. He does not deserve to just all be over. Oh, hell no. If he thought life was bad because he filed bankruptcy, some woman left him, and he lost his money gambling, how's he going to feel when he's getting traded for big cookies behind prison walls? Watching his back for the rest of his life, living like, and again, I think it's very unfortunate. We should actually be working toward rehabilitating those who are going to get out one day, but caged down like an animal in one of Ohio's prisons. I mean, you do know that. Now, when they find this individual, he's going to jail in Ohio. You're going to be paying for him for the rest of his natural life as a taxpayer, and I'm ready for it. Let's do it. Carolyn writes, Nate, you should get someone on from the GCB, Greater Cincinnati Behavioral Health Services. Well, you know what, Carolyn? I just may do that. Thank you so much. The 47th problem writes he needs money, food, gas, and sleep. He will be caught when he comes up for one of those 4. He probably just got paid on Friday, so he has, at most, he took out a couple of $100 before they froze his bank account. Someone will see him trying to get food or gas, and he will be caught. Answer writes, Professor Griff of PE has been talking about net neutrality for a while, too. His Dick Gregory style deep on some things, so I have listened very closely. Yeah, that brother has knowledge. And I'm not surprised to hear him talk about net neutrality because he understands what's at stake. Barack Obama deserves many props for things he did through his administration. And at the top of that list, near the top of that list, is his protections for net neutrality. It will change the internet as you know it. It'll make it more difficult for you to start a blog. It'll make it more expensive for you to get online. It'll make your experience less pleasurable. And all it's going to do is make a lot of money for people that you don't really even know. You're not even going to get any of it. I believe in net neutrality and will always believe in net neutrality. Here's the thing about it, though. Donald Trump and his administration, it's like a perfect cover. Because all of the lies, the Russian connection, now he's dropping bombs around the world. All of this stuff leads to one thing. It creates an atmosphere in which things like net neutrality and other issues are going to be forgotten. For instance, since Donald Trump, let me give you an example if you doubt what I'm saying. Since Donald Trump has been in office, I believe he signed over 130 something executive orders. We've only discussed 2 or 3 of them. Really, we only discussed 1. We only discussed the travel ban. He signed like 130 executive orders. We've only discussed 1 in the media. What's the impact of the other 129? I'm close on the 130 number. Don't hold me specifically to that target, but I'm close to it. Work with me. So we don't even have any idea what the impact of the other 129 executive orders are, what they're doing, how that's directing people in various federal agencies, what the overall impact is going to be in a year or 2 or 3 or 4 years from now. We have no idea. No one's talking about it because we're talking about Russia, which is a very serious topic. We should be talking about Russia. We're talking about the mother of all bombs. Oh, the mother of all bombs. More like the mother of all bullshit. You know what? And so the Trump administration is creating a perfect cover for what these Republicans want to do. It's pro-business. It's really anti-individualism. It's pro-business, but it's really anti-choice. But they're packaging it like this is some kind of pro-people, pro-business idea. It's really about rich getting richer. Let me just water all the way down. Rich getting richer, period. The powerful becoming more powerful, period. That's what it's about. That's what his agenda appears to be like for me. Okay. Money over the environment, money over individual rights, money over prevailing wages. You know, Trump is running around the country at every stop talking about how he brought 200 jobs. He brought 1,000 jobs. But what type of jobs are they? If Donald Trump was really for the working man, you know what he'd be talking about? He'd be talking about the unions. He'd be talking about prevailing wages. He hasn't uttered any of that because he doesn't have that perspective. His perspective is from the ownership. It's from top down. We've had enough of that governance. We've had enough of those kind of policies. They work, yeah, but they don't seem to trickle down to everybody else. It's more that trickle down economic theory. Hirachi sandals, that's funny. Derek writes, right, Nate, don't get me wrong. I was heartbroken when my ex-wife cheated on me for a couple of months, but I pulled myself together and moved on. She tried numerous times to get us back together, but I stayed to my gut feelings and did give in just for my kids' sake. Good to see you, Denise. Milk and Cookies, ex-squad affiliate. She writes, late but here. What's good, people? Everything. We are near the very end of the show, though. I will say that. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you. Before we leave, I want to tell you about a brand new spot that I found. It's called Park Place Restaurant. It's located at 1185 Kemper Meadow Drive off Ridden Road. Stop by throughout the week, Monday through Friday, and check out the lunch specials from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. They feature a healthy choice menu. If you care about what you consume, you'll love Park Place. Looking for a cool spot to watch the game? Check out Park Place. I know you love the Reds. I know you love the NBA. Hell, you might even be just strictly a Bengal fan. They got a great setup out there at Park Place. If you're looking for a place to host your meeting or events, check out Park Place. Park Place Restaurant is the place with a good, healthy choice menu. They also have live entertainment and great prices. Step out on Wednesdays for half-price wine and speak your mind with spoken word on Thursdays. Park Place Restaurant has a live band every Friday with no cover charge. Just food and drink specials. Park Place Restaurant, located at 1185 Kemper Meadow Drive in Forest Park, right behind Shell gas station. Or you can call ahead and reserve your table at 513-825-8888. Again, 513-825-8888. Park Place Restaurant, the place to eat googly choppers. And when you stop out with my friends or at Park Place, say hello to my friends out there. Tell them that you heard about it on the Nathan Ivey Show. We grow every single day. Shout out to my good friends at soulpublicradio.com, my new friends, the X Squad affiliates, my patrons, team and I, the Choppers. Thank you so much. Cincinnati has a brand new platform. It's the Nathan Ivey Show. Weekdays, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Just tell one person about the show within the next 24 hours. We'll catch up tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Until then, take care of yourself. Remember, winners focus on winning. And we'll talk real soon.